So, ein flirtiges Willkommen mal wieder zu einem weiteren Livestream. Ich sehe gerade, dass ich keinen Sound bekomme von einem Spiel, aber doch, das Ganze habe ich erledigt. Und ja, ein flirtiges Willkommen mal wieder zu einem weiteren kleinen Livestream hier am Abend. Ja, Sonntagabend schon wieder. Wochenende ist schon wieder vorbei. Leider. Ich habe nicht ansatzweise mal wieder alles gemacht, was ich machen wollte, aber... Ja, ich dachte mir zum Ausklang, spielen wir nochmal eine kleine Runde Genshin Impact. Denn wir haben ja immer noch nicht wirklich groß Inazuma erkundet, das neue Gebiet, was rausgekommen ist. Da sollen ja angeblich noch weitere Bereiche kommen. Aber fürs Erste sind es halt zwei größere Inseln. Und wir haben gerade mal die erste davon erkundet, die aber dann auch schon zu, ich glaube, 97, 98% oder so. Und ja, jetzt wollen wir uns mal so ein bisschen an die zweite Insel wagen. Ich habe leider wieder Probleme gehabt, meinen PC zu starten. Eigentlich wollte ich schon deutlich früher anfangen, aber ich habe jetzt irgendwie wieder eine Stunde gebraucht, bis mein PC mal wieder angegangen ist. Ich hasse Updates. Und ja, der macht sowieso noch komischere Sachen im Moment. Da muss ich mal schauen. Und irgendwas stimmt hier mit dem Bild halt überhaupt nicht. Warum bin ich denn so... ach so. Das sieht nur so aus, weil das dunkel ist. Okay. Hallöchen, Manu. So, ich habe vorhin schon mal ein klein bisschen im Garten gespielt. Ich saß nämlich vorhin die meiste Zeit bei meinen Eltern im Garten, habe ein bisschen auf die Tierchen aufgepasst. Dann haben wir noch gegrillt und so und deswegen, ja, bin ich jetzt erst wirklich wieder zu Hause und am PC und... Da ist natürlich dann nicht so spaßig, wenn man dann erstmal wieder eine Stunde sich mit seinem PC rumärgern darf. Hab mir auch wieder einen Ventilator aufgestellt, der hier schön mich mit Luft anpustet, weil es einfach wieder viel zu warm ist. Es ist zwar zwischendurch bewölkt gewesen vorhin, aber wirklich geregnet oder irgendwie sowas hat es halt gar nicht. Also es war einfach nur warm und noch wärmer. Also ich weiß nicht, wie viel Grad wir heute wieder hatten, aber wir hatten schon wieder, ich glaube jenseits der 30 Grad waren es auf jeden Fall. Und mal gucken. So, wir machen jetzt mal gerade die Dailies. Das ist genau die gleiche Daily-Aufgabe, die ich gestern hatte. Okay. Ja, ich habe mal die Dailies auf Inazuma umgestellt. Wobei ich komischerweise eine Daily schon gemacht habe, weil die in Mondstadt war. Habe ich nicht so ganz verstanden. Warum? So, wir müssen uns hier die Vorräte schnappen. Ah, die können wir natürlich nicht im Kampf aufsammeln. Gut, dann... einfach mal platt machen. So. Ja, Weeklies haben wir, glaube ich, alle gemacht gehabt. Wenn ich mich richtig erinnere. Wozu hin? Gibt kein Weglaufen. Hä? Wow. Wow. So, und die andere müsste hier oben gewesen sein, wenn ich mich recht erinnere. Letztes Mal war die hier, glaube ich. Ach, dann sind die immer unterschiedlich. Muss ich mal gucken. Gleich mal eine Anfrage. Also falls ihr zufällig im Stream oder so seid, ich spiele auch gerne mal mit Leuten zusammen natürlich, aber ich nehme jetzt nicht einfach irgendwelche random Anfragen an, weil das sind dann meist auch irgendwelche Leute, die noch nicht mal Deutsch sprechen oder irgendwas machen wollen. Meine Welt leer looten. Da drüben kann nichts sein, okay. Hallöchen Zucker. Warum habe ich Werbung für eine Netflix-Serie bekommen, die ich gestern schon geguckt habe? Sorry, es ist ein Film. Was hast du denn geguckt? Und vielleicht haben die sich gedacht, vielleicht möchtest du den Film noch einmal anschauen. Teleportieren die sich hier gerade so ganz seltsam. Ja, das ist geil. Sagt mir nichts, glaube ich. Oh, ich muss mal gerade den Ventilator ein bisschen umstellen. Es war nett, wenn der pustet, aber nicht, wenn er mir direkt ins Gesicht pustet. So, wo bitte ist denn jetzt die zweite? Lol, da ist noch ein Käfig. Ja, super. Den habe ich gar nicht gesehen, den Käfig. Lol. War der da letztes Mal auch schon? Ich kann mich nicht daran erinnern, dass da noch ein Käfig war. Also ich habe mich gewundert, weil wir noch Schlüssel übrig haben, aber ich kann mich nicht daran erinnern, dass da noch ein Käfig hing. Hiro, der Film, kann dir auch nichts sagen, weil der erst gestern rausgekommen ist. Ah, okay. Gut, gut. Aber wo ist jetzt diese Vorratslieferung? Die letztes Mal war die viel, viel einfacher. Die lagen hier beide einfach rum. So, genau, einen Schlüssel hatten wir noch. Bisschen doof, dass wir da jetzt nochmal hoch müssen. Und das ist natürlich ein Netflix Original Film. Ah, okay. Ich weiß aber schon, dass die einfach unter alles Mögliche, was die irgendwie lizenzieren, wenn es das noch nicht woanders gab, da einfach Original runterschreiben. Oder auch wenn die einfach die Synchro machen. Auf Deutsch zum Beispiel, dann wird da auch einfach mal Original drunter geschrieben. So, zerrissene Seite von Geschichte der Toki-Gasse. So, jetzt ist die Frage, wo ist aber dieses komische... Da. Aber das hier verstehe ich nicht so ganz. Warum sollen wir denn jetzt in eine sichere Zone fliehen überhaupt? Als ob hier irgendwas los ist. Keine Ahnung. So, fertig. Geschafft. Cool. So, wir brauchen unbedingt die Elektrosiegel. Definitiv. Und dann haben wir noch 2 Dailies, die wir noch machen müssen. Ja, dann können wir uns nämlich die anderen Elektrokulos holen. Und dann können wir auf die andere Insel endlich mal... Also beziehungsweise, wir machen jetzt schnell die Dailies fertig und dann geht's rüber. Hier ist noch ein Waschbär. Also ein Tanuki. Fehlt uns noch was? Er hüpft doof rum. Müssen wir die Gegner beseitigen. Ich hoffe, der Film hat sich wenigstens gelohnt. Ah, da kann man sich daily-mäßig die Dings abholen, ne? Ah, aber ich war der Meinung, da haben wir schon mal... Okay, da müssen wir mal gucken. Wir brauchen nämlich unbedingt Artefakte. Ganz viele. Noch mehr von den Tanukis? Nee, ne? Die waren... Hier vorne ist noch nicht. Nope, nope. Time to go. Time to go. Da ist einer. Jetzt müssen wir mal kurz wechseln.
Just what will we come across?
Ja, da kriegt man daily-mäßig oder jedenfalls zwischendrin mal Artefakte. Das ist cool. Ist auch mal was anderes, als sie einfach nur so zu looten. Ist wahrscheinlich auf Dauer dann ein bisschen nervig. Aber... So, wir haben doch hier vorne irgendwo noch eine... Ah, ich bin für 3 Kilometer vorbei. Das war in die Richtung. Ha. Gut, dann gehen wir mal dahin. Ist denn das Wetter bei euch auch so schön? Also... Es ist wirklich ziemlich warm. Das ist da ganz unten. Heilige, wann komme ich denn da jetzt hin?
Time to go.
Das ist mal so eine Frage. Ist das überhaupt noch ein Dings drin? Achso, das ist diese kleine Insel da drüben. Oh, jetzt wird's dunkel. Düster. Düster, düster.
Time to go.
So.
The wind knows.
Time for retribution!
Ready, steady, go!
So, da ist gleich Platte. Das geht schnell. Ich weiß gar nicht, warum habe ich hier denn noch irgendwas markiert? Ich glaube, weil ich mir nicht sicher war, ob ich auf der Insel schon mal war, ne? Gut, die Markierung kann weg. So, dann können wir jetzt die Daily machen und dann können wir die Hauptstory oder so weitermachen. Ich habe per Zufall übrigens ich habe noch eine Quest gefunden, die müssen wir gleich nochmal abgeben. Die hätte ich zufällig angenommen. So, da ist die Quest. Guten Tag. Ah, es wäre schön, Gerichte. Ah, das ist wieder die... Ja, die möchte Gerichte aus Liyue haben. Fisch. Den Fisch waschen, auf beiden Seiten einschneiden, mit Gewürzen und altem Wein füllen. So. Süß-saurer Eichhörnchenfisch. Kochter, gegrillter. Hat sie was gesagt mit? Ich habe es nicht ganz genau durchgelesen. Eichhörnchenfisch? Wir geben ihr Eichhörnchenfisch. Wer isst nicht gerne Eichhörnchenfisch? So. Ja. Man kann ja übrigens auch manchmal andere Sachen geben. Ihr habt ja gestern aus Versehen irgendwas gegeben, was aus Inazuma ist. Hat sie sich trotzdem für bedankt. Weil ich hatte genau die gleichen Dailies gestern schon. Also bis auf... Also die 2 gerade hatte ich gestern auf jeden Fall auch schon. So, dann... Haben wir die Dailies erledigt. So, dann... Das müssen wir auch noch machen. Da gibt es neue Gebiete. Aber erstmal, ich habe hier eine Aufgabe. Ich weiß nicht, wo die genau abgegeben werden. Oh, hier vorne. Gut, dann können wir gleich mal reingehen. Kommen wir eigentlich ins Badehaus? Ach, hier sind die Anteile. So, warum können wir eigentlich so viel mit denen reden? Okay, einfach nur so. Hier gibt es viele Katzen. Habe ich gemerkt. Also wenn man eine Katzenphobie hat, dann sollte man hier vielleicht nicht hingehen. Oh, ist das die Familie Atsuko? Ja, darf ich fragen, was du willst? Ja, hier ein Brief von Atsuko. Und so lang? Sie ist doch schon zu Hause. Was? Atsuko zu Hause? Als wärst du überrascht. Es stimmt zwar, dass unsere Atsuko eine Zeit lang unterwegs war, aber jetzt ist sie wieder zu Hause. Ich nach Hause. Sie auch zu Hause ist. Ich habe den Brief angesehen, die Handschrift. Die war wirklich von der Tochter. Nicht vor, hätte nach Hause zu kommen. Komm morgen Abend wieder zu uns. Morgen Abend. Ah, tagsüber hinausgehen. Okay. Das scheint hier bestimmt irgendeine Hochstaplerin zu sein oder so. Oder sie hat eine Zwillingsschwester oder so. Was die Eltern eigentlich wissen müssten, aber ja. So, warte auf morgen Nacht. Dann drehen wir mal schnell die Zeit vor. Jetzt mal was? 8 wahrscheinlich. 8 bis 16 Uhr. 18 bis 6 Uhr so rum. Tak, 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 tak. Ich glaube, ich muss auf morgen Nacht, ne? Ich glaube, ich muss noch einen Tag weiterstellen. Ja. Dann stellen wir noch mal einen Tag rum. Dauert ein klein bisschen. Aber dann haben wir das. Ja. Gut, da funktioniert das. Ja, ich glaube, die Familie von Atsuko ist im Haus. Lass uns an die Tür klopfen. Süß. Übrigens, ich frage mich, wie es dem Tanuki geht, den wir zuvor gerettet haben. Tanukis können sich verwandeln, also vielleicht ist das. Du bist wirklich lieb, dieser Tanuki hat nur eine kleine Verletzung am Bein gehabt. Lass ihn im Gras liegen und er wird sich von alleine erholen. Oh, er sah mich mit Tränen in den Augen an. Aha. Ich bin der Reisende von vorhin. Schön, dich wiederzusehen. Anders überlegt haben, nachdem ich dir den Brief gegeben habe. Bin ich mit dem Boot nach Hause gefahren. Oh, tut mir leid, ich habe dich den ganzen Weg hierher kommen lassen. Wie hast du es geschafft, zurück? eigenen Weg. Darum macht ihr keine Sorgen. Ja, es ist, glaube ich, sie. Sie ist, glaube ich, nicht. Ich habe etwas vorbereitet. Bitte nimm es an. Was ist mit deiner Villa? Eine Villa? Welche Villa? Ich habe eine Villa in Liebe? Ah, solche Dinge sind zu weltlich und völlig unwichtig im Vergleich zu meiner Familie. Ein echter Atsuko hat Probleme, eine Arbeit in Liebe zu finden. Wie konnte sie zu einem reichen Mann werden? Wie konnte sie zu einem reichen Mann werden? Auch geil. Ja, das ist definitiv ein Tanuki. Dieses Kind, warum ist es auf einmal so wütend? Entschuldige, Reisender. Sie ist wohl müde von der Arbeit. Kriegt trotzdem eine Belohnung? Ich hoffe. Wegen der Bezahlung warte noch ein bisschen. Was ist denn passiert? Ah, wir können noch immer nicht zahlen. Das Kind geht tagsüber doch zur Arbeit, ja, aber die Bezahlung, die sie jeden Tag für ihre Arbeit bekommt, ist immer ein bisschen seltsam. Gehen die beiden nicht arbeiten? Geht nur die Tochter oder der Sohn? Ich bin gerade nicht mehr sicher. Ich hätte gesagt, das ist ein Mädchen, aber mal sind es seltsame Früchte, mal wilde Samen, Früchte. Sie kommt nie direkt mit Mauer zurück. Ja, es ist ein Tanuki. Sie geht in den Wald und so. Und wieder auf den nächsten Tag warten. Dann beginnt der nächste Tag. Machen wir so. Ich glaube, wir hatten schon... Ja, da können wir wieder mit den... Wo ist eure Tochter nochmal? Was ist denn? Auch wenn sie am nächsten Tag arbeitet, sagt Atsuko normalerweise etwas zu uns, bevor sie geht. Aber heute ist sie gegangen, ohne etwas zu sagen. Nachdem du gestern Abend gegangen warst, sagte Atsuko, dass sie sich müde fühlte und direkt in ihr Zimmer, um zu schlafen. Ist sie jetzt abgehauen? Als wir aufgestanden sind, war sie nicht mehr in ihrem Bett. Konnten sie nirgendwo finden. Und mein Mann machte sich direkt auf den Weg. Okay. Die Gegend den halben Tag abgesucht und absolut keine Spur. Ich werde später nach ihr suchen. Du kannst zuerst das Zimmer von ihr aufräumen. So, da kriegen wir unser Geld. Es gibt bestimmt eine Folgequest oder so. Ja. Habt ihr Fenster aufgelassen? Kommen wir da rein?
Time to go.
Da reinklettern? Nein, schade. Wir kommen irgendwie in keine Häuser rein. Gut, das war jetzt einfach so eine kleine Nebenquest. Da kommt bestimmt noch irgendwas. So. Ach so, das ist... Ah, ja, das ist die Dings-Quest. Wir haben jetzt die zweite Quest vom Event. Das hier ist aber die Hauptquest. So, dann machen wir mal die Hauptquest. Weil wenn wir die Hauptquest machen, dann kriegen wir nämlich auch... Ja, dann können wir hier rüber, können wir die Teleporter freischalten und so weiter. Dann können wir auch vielleicht mal die Ansehensaufgaben noch machen und so. Warum der Wandel?
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tajima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person. I can't
Tejima.
claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do, but equally, it doesn't feel right to let
Das ist
him
eine
leave when he's
verlorene Seele.
in this state. He's a lost soul.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
Ja, die scheinen ihn zu achten. Aber ihm wurde halt das Auge geklaut. Oder abgenommen.
You must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay.
Was ist da
Tejima
passiert?
has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago.
30
Keeping out the
Jahre?
treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did? We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
Hm. Vor 30, so alt sieht der doch. Ach, dort der hat einen Bart. Okay, der sieht aber so vom Weiten gar
You
nicht so
must
jung
be
aus.
Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay.
Mir geht es nicht darum, warum ich gehen sollte, sondern warum ich bleiben soll.
True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the
Teil der
past,
Erinnerung ist mit dem Auge
I
weg.
knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right?
Da sind aber echt extrem viele
If you
Schreibfehler
can't
gerade
remember
drin.
anything, it's not gonna
Oder
be
Grammatikfehler auch. Gibt teilweise überhaupt keinen Sinn, die
easy.
Sätze.
Maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back.
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Tagebuch.
Yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It
Wir müssen
must
ein
be around
Tagebuch
here
suchen.
somewhere. Let's take a look.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right?
Liegt da einfach so rum.
Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers
Die
and I
lesen einfach im
got together
Tagebuch.
to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water.
Bamboo.
I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, So I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
Aber erstmal hier Früchte klauen.
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Wenn da noch Elementarenergie drin ist, können wir das aufspüren wahrscheinlich. Hier ist noch. Ich muss mal wieder das andere ausrüsten. Die Länder. Okay. Das.
Follow the wind.
Wo führt uns das hin? Ach so, das hier hin.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years? Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look.
Sie glaubt wieder, es ist ein Schatz.
It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda
Wenn
Village.
wir in diesem Krieg
Sounds so
getrennt werden,
familiar.
warte auf mich
Where
im
is
Dorf
that place
Konda,
again?
wo es ein Zuhause für uns in Frieden geben muss. 30 Jahre ich auf ihn gewartet.
So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Das haben wir doch schon hier, oder nicht? Ich glaube, das haben wir schon erledigt. Falsche Taste. Da. Okay.
Time to go.
Heute kam von Zucker gar keine Frage.
That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything.
Gut, vor
that's
30
written
Jahren
in
war
this
er ja
diary.
auch ein Kind.
Still, it's clear that I was
Oder so
waiting for
wahrscheinlich, na, nicht
someone
ganz.
here, and that I chose to wait
Vielleicht
for
ist seine
30
kleine
years.
Schwester oder seine
Over the
Freundin.
years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
Oh, alles, was er für sie empfand, ist verschwunden.
No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream.
Kann sich nicht dran erinnern.
I think maybe not. If this is something I
will weiter
waited
hier
most
bleiben.
of
Okay,
my
cool.
life for, I suppose I
erledigt.
should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her? When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing. Thank you
Immerhin weiß er
both
jetzt
for
wieder, warum
helping
er hier
me
ist.
reconnect
Okay.
with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad.
Ja, macht
Seems
mich auch
it's just
traurig.
like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too.
Ja, wir müssen
That certainly explains
eigentlich
the
am
state
besten den
Tejima
Shogun
was in
stürzen.
earlier.
Ich denke mal, das
At
wird
least
auch
we
unsere
were able
Aufgabe
to
sein.
help him, weren't we? Well, let's go find the next person.
Stimmt, wir mussten 3 Personen suchen, ne? Ich erinnere mich, das haben wir beim letzten Mal.
According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Also beziehungsweise ich vermute mal, dass wir eigentlich mit dem Auftrag, den Shogun stürzen, dahin gehen werden. Und dann passiert wahrscheinlich wieder irgendwas Unerwartetes. Der Shogun macht's aus einem bestimmten Grund und sowas halt, ne? Mal gucken. Vielleicht ist sie auch wirklich böse. Das ist ja, glaube ich, eine Sie.
Time to go.
Ist ja eine Sie.
Into the wind.
Ja, mal gucken.
Falling leaves. Adorn.
Sie sieht irgendwie nicht so böse aus, finde ich so, vom Charakterdesign. Wir haben sie ja schon mal gesehen.
Time to go.
So, wir nehmen mal unterwegs ein bisschen was mit. Den Rest lassen wir. Schmetterlinge nehme ich immer gerne mit.
The wind knows me.
Ach, schade, habe ich schon nicht. Gut, wir müssten hier auf der Insel, diese Füchse überall, noch ein paar Kleinigkeiten irgendwo haben, die wir noch machen können. Was ist das hier überhaupt? Achso, das sind einfach mal irgendwie Sachen. Okay, ich dachte, das wäre Schatzkiste oder so. Uns fehlen hier tatsächlich noch irgendwie ein paar Prozent. Aber ich darf nicht vergessen, es gibt noch mindestens 3 Barrieren hier, durch die wir nicht durchkommen. Und ich vermute mal, dass die Schätze die restlichen Prozent ausmachen. Dafür brauchen wir wiederum
Time to go.
Elektrosiegel. Dafür brauchen wir wiederum Schatzton. Also bleibt uns nichts anderes übrig, als ins nächste Gebiet zu gehen. So, ich laufe schon vorbei. Und deswegen machen wir jetzt einfach die Hauptstory weiter. Ah, da vorne steht er.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it.
Genau, der
There seems to be some commotion over there.
Ja.
Let's go see what's happening.
Der hat dieses Augen,
I'll ask one
hat's
more
dir
time.
gerade
Do you
selber
intend to withhold
ausgeführt.
this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
Erinnert sich auch
You
nicht?
samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Notvorräte? Meinen Sie damit Nahrung?
Huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to
Wir
see
gehören
what
zu
the
unserer
matter
eigenen
was.
Gang.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now,
Erinnert
he
sich, glaube ich,
suddenly
auch nicht dran,
refuses to
ne?
give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
Na,
No one
verhungern
seems
sollen
to
sie auch
care
nicht.
about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the others.
Ja, das Auge zu verlieren,
It's no wonder all the
verändert
visions have
halt
been
auch
confiscated. The
den
Raiden
Charakter
Shogun doesn't
irgendwie.
need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see
Ich
what
glaube,
he
er
has
ist
to
nicht
say.
böse. Also er ist halt jetzt wirklich dadurch, dass er sein Auge verloren hat, wahrscheinlich so geworden.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions.
Er erinnert sich auch gar nicht dran.
I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my
Angeblich
work.
faulenzt er bei der Arbeit. Deswegen haben sie das Auge weggenommen.
I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were.
Er hat anderen Leuten das Auge genommen
It's not just
und dann
that.
haben sie ihm das Auge
I
genommen.
have this
Was für Verräter.
unsettling
Fallen ihm
feeling
voll in den Rücken.
like-
Die eigenen
like
Leuten.
Someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go round up
Kinder
those
führt sich
treasure
Schatzjäger
hoarders and
vor.
see what they have
Endlich
to
wieder
say.
Leute verprügeln.
We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Ich weiß halt echt nicht. Also im Moment hätte ich echt Bock, dem Shogun einfach eine reinzuhauen. Die Leute leiden hier. Die Leute verlieren ihre Augen, werden dadurch komplett anders als vorher. Allgemein das ganze Volk hungert teilweise hier. Dann dürfen die ja nicht mal vernünftig das Land verlassen.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history.
Pillage
You
und
demand,
Plunder.
boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson.
Ja. Eine Lektion.
Another test.
Joa, war jetzt nicht so schön.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. Oh, I remember.
Die wollen, dass wir
So he's
beitreten,
the
aber
one who
nein.
sent you after us, huh? Just our luck.
Wir klauen
I knew we
nichts,
shouldn't
außer
have
die
hit that
Schatzkisten, die
place.
überall rumstehen und die
So
Sachen, die da
what
irgendwo
did you
rumliegen.
see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
Eine Kiste, wo wir nicht wissen, was
Got a
drin ist.
deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Abgemacht.
Huh? What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of
Okay.
this. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Wie sie die einfach davonkommen lässt.
Yes, of course. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
So, die ist auch in der Stadt. Guten Tag. So, gemischt Warenladen. Das ist oben. Immer noch mal Augen aufhalten, ob wir hier nicht doch irgendwo noch einen Schatz finden. Weißt du, es sind überall so Fuchsstatuen, aber damit können wir nichts machen. Ich dachte, vielleicht ist da mal eine bei. Nichts drunter. Schade. Da. Aui.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you
Ich
find
brauche eine neue
something?
Switch.
Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about?
Ein neues Headset oder Kopfhörer. Eine neue Tastatur und eine Maus nehme ich auch. Am besten zahle ich mit den Schuldschein. Und einen ganz neuen PC am besten
so
auch
you're
noch.
friends of Kurosawa, I take it. Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Ach, das sind Schulden.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating
die
how
selber
much they
gekauft,
needed
die
to sustain them
Notvorräte.
each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They
Ja,
just
er hat die selber
complained
bezahlt.
and held him accountable.
Wahrscheinlich,
People's
weil
attitudes will always
keine mehr
reflect
geliefert
their
wurden,
circumstances. In the
damit die
face of
Leute nicht
hardship,
hungern.
nobody cares to think twice. If
Keiner
you
hat's ihm
ask me,
gedankt.
Had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself?
Leider erinnert sich an nichts mehr.
I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a
Ein
very
wertvolles
valuable
Schwert.
blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell.
Zu kostbar und zu verkaufen kann natürlich auch heißen, dass
I
es für
regret
ihn
that I never
kostbar
made an
ist.
offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
But we didn't buy anything.
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree? Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think.
2000 Mora geht ja noch.
2,000 Mora should be a fair...
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
Also die anderen wollten ja mal so ganz viel Geld haben oder gleich so 1000 von irgendwas, 1000 Briefe ausgeliefert haben, aber die wollte wenigstens nur 2000 Mora. Das ist ja noch okay. Ich komme hier nirgendwo rein, ne? Nö. Nee, da ist auch nichts drauf.
Time to go.
Er kocht sich gerade was Schönes. Moin, was gibt's zu essen? Ich hab Hunger.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was...
Also. Ja, wir erzählen ihm die Geschichte.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation?
Ja, wir müssen wirklich eine Revolution hier anzetteln. Und den Shogun
I really don't
stürzen.
understand.
Oh ja,
But I
Bock
cannot
drauf.
deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. And this sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me.
Muss echt schlimm sein, ne? Wenn man so seine Erinnerung
many
verliert, so.
memories gone.
Auch an gewisse Leute und so.
No matter how hard I try to remember, all I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Tugend und Gerechtigkeit.
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when
Er tut mir irgendwie leid, so hat nur den armen Leuten geholfen, hat sich wahrscheinlich noch gegen seine Vorgesetzten gestellt und jetzt ist er selber ja, ganz am Boden, kein Geld mehr, kein Auge.
Let's speak to Tomo about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Achso, ich dachte, wir helfen ihm jetzt. Okay. So, wie viel sind das noch? Ach, die ist gleich da drüben, die Person. Ha.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Hyman heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Wir wollen seine Schüler werden.
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way.
Sensei, unterrichte uns.
But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently.
Wir können
And he's
warten.
still recovering.
Ich gehe erst wieder zurück, wenn mein Sensei
I
ist.
see you are earnest in your pursuit.
Sensei!
Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard.
Nein, noch nie
Though
gehört.
self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art.
Das scheint gut zu
His
sein.
fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him.
Lernen wir eine neue Schwerttechnik. Hm.
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit.
So, we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism.
Narukami
But
Shrine.
if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami
Heißt es wirklich im Englischen
Shrine?
Shrine?
What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako.
Aber der ist ja nicht
Sensei
besessen.
is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
Wollen wir bei einem Exorzismus zusehen?
Losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
So, ich habe aber noch was gesehen, oder? Hat das nur wegen dem Dings geglitzert? Ich dachte, das hatte geglitzert. Ah, okay, das hat nur... Schade. Ich dachte... Das war nur der Pfad, der uns dahin geführt hat, der so geglitzert hat. Das hier ist irgendwie so... Ach, nichts drunter, ne? Ich dachte, vielleicht ist hier noch irgendwo ein Eingang oder so. Ja. Nicht so wirklich. Leute, steht einfach eine Truhe rum. Und der wäre ich fast vorbeigelaufen. So, cool. Haben wir noch wieder eine Truhe gefunden.
Time to go.
So, jetzt müssen wir einfach auf den Abend warten. Weil Exorzismus kann man ja nur im Dunkeln machen. Weil das ist ja sonst nicht ganz so gruselig, ne? Deswegen muss sowas am Abend gemacht werden.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei one of his fits of
In einem
madness.
seiner
Just
Wahnsinnsanfälle.
now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes.
Blutunterlaufenden Augen, wild sich.
All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago,
Haben wir den schon kennengelernt?
and he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name.
Ah, ich würde sagen, wir suchen einfach den Ansei.
So the
Bring
exorcism
den
can
hierher.
finally continue.
Vielleicht.
The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Er holt Wasser. Hä?
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh.
War
Did
das
they
nicht der,
hear
der
about
von
the
vorhin?
exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's...
How did you catch up with me so quickly? Are you sure you're Domon's
Das ist doch der gleiche
disciples?
Typ nur ohne Bart, oder
You
nicht?
move even
Den wir
quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister.
Die immer anschreit alle. Ist so cool.
I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. Long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai. Yes, that's me.
Oh, ein bisschen
Because I
verschwunden.
don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation.
War ein guter Schüler, und dann ist der andere angekommen, war jünger und besser.
I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him, told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training, and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make-Yoshi Sui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked
verloren
back.
Und dann
Later,
hat er
I
seinen
heard
Stolz
that he
verloren.
sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Make-Yoshi Sui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Der Hund da im
Seems like we
Hintergrund.
got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him
Herovitabomb.
back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Wie der Hund sich einfach ins Bild geschlichen hat. Hallo. Wolltest du auch mit? In die Szene? Ach, das ist da unten. Hm.
isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Nanako, please.
Er ist halt nicht besessen. Er hat halt sein Auge verloren, kann sich an nichts mehr erinnern und verliert dadurch den Verstand.
I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
The shrine.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon
wir müssen da mit dem
a
hoch.
speedy recovery.
Okay, wir waren da ja schon. Wir können uns ja hoch teleportieren, das ist gut.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art.
Ja, wir kommen gerne mit.
After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her.
Ja. So, da können wir uns dann einfach hochporten. Da brauchen wir jetzt nicht lange irgendwas machen.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence.
Die sieht jetzt schon aus nach einem spielbaren Charakter. Ja, die kommt definitiv noch.
It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please.
Ja, die meisten sehen ja so random-mäßig aus, das erkennt man, aber die sieht halt so.
Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him. Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, Why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in
Er hat seinen
moments such as
Sensei sogar
these?
besiegt.
Lady,
Und dann,
I'm not sure I understand.
jetzt kommt er damit nicht mehr
The
klar.
path of the sword masters filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest sword master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost?
Gibt es sich doppelt?
You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I just... I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start?
Die Beste
If
zu
there's a
werden.
chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Miyakyoshi, sweetheart. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf.
Ja, die...
Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Seine Ambitionen wurden ihm genommen, aber jetzt leben quasi die Schüler seinen Traum weiter. Und schon...
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
Lady Yai.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature.
Die noch ihr Auge?
Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at
Ja.
precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Ja, auf zum Kamisato. Das ist ordentlich. So, wir haben leider wahrscheinlich gerade mal 3. 3 von 25. Wir bräuchten halt eine. Ich weiß nicht mal, ob es dann reicht. Dann sind wir Stufe 4, Stufe 5. Es geht halt bis Level 50 weiter. So, und hier drunter ist halt noch ein Elektrokulus. Da hinten ist auch noch irgendwo einer. Glaube ich. Und irgendwo war noch einer. Gut, wir müssen jetzt zurück zu... Ach, zum Kamisato anwählen. Okay.
Time to go.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Sie zeigt sich. Er sieht freundlich und nett aus. Er sieht cool aus.
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face
Haben wir ja
to
schon
face.
gespielt. Zumindest testweise. Aber es ist halt so, ich habe Eischaraktere. Ich habe im Moment eigentlich mich gerade an neue Charaktere gewöhnt.
My sincerest thanks to you.
Ja, wir konnten nicht viel helfen.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma
Wie ihr
also.
sehe. Da echt viele Rechtschreibfehler drin. Aber ja, das beheben die wahrscheinlich dann mit der Zeit noch.
Servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh.
Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you
Freundschaftsanfrage
are behind the
akzeptiert.
screen.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings
Ja,
on
ich
what
hoffe,
you
dass sie
have
davon
seen?
irgendwann befreit werden.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure.
Ich finde es halt traurig, dass sie die immer noch so verehren, die Raiden Shogun. Das ist immer noch so, ja, die leiden, und zwar nicht nur Einzelpersonen, sondern das ganze Volk. Und trotzdem verehren die noch.
Perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case,
Wir machen sie
perhaps
platt.
you would be willing to reconsider your stance?
Ja, ich helfe dir beim Kampf.
You will? Really?
Ja.
Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all
Wir
along.
gründen die Revolutionsarmee.
I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Gut.
Well, here we are again.
Immer wieder in der Teestube. Waren wir auch noch
Please
nie.
continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case,
Die
we can talk
Synchronsprecherin von
freely here.
Paimon muss bestimmt auch mega
I
Spaß
presume you
gehabt
have a
haben
few
beim
questions
Aufnehmen.
that you wish to ask me?
Ja, was für eine Art von Gottheit ist denn?
The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling.
Oh, kämpft denn sonst keiner gegen das Augenhatz?
The issue is
Diktat?
this.
Ich
For
finde
the
den Namen
vast
immer noch sehr
majority of
seltsam.
people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sango no Miya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sango no Miya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island, due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt Decree.
Ah, habt ihr formellen Einspruch gegen das Augenherzdekret eingelegt?
Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt Decree.
Ich habe keine weiteren Fragen.
Paimon has a question though.
Paimon aber noch.
What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt Decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a
Okay,
difficult
stimmt, wir
step
lehnen
to
uns
take.
gegen Gott auf, ne?
So what are we
Ist aber nicht der erste, den wir...
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article.
Stimmt, das
The problem
Venti
we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Darn! So they found out about it? Ugh.
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu.
Es ist nur recht und billig, dass er auch gerettet wird.
Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help
Das
you.
ist die Bogenschützin, die Explosionsbogenschützin. Also ist halt ein Feuer-Pyro-Charakter, aber ja. Ja, Hundi. Sonst können wir hier nichts machen, ne? Aber jetzt können wir endlich weiter. Können wir jetzt auf die andere Insel? Ah, jetzt müssen wir erstmal zu dem Feuerwerksladen, okay. Der ist ja doch hier. Ja, meine Nase juckt gerade so.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt Decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time. You'd best save yourself the trouble.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
Hat's gerade erst bekommen.
This is the Vision Hunt Decree in action, huh? We can't just sit
Aber ich
around and watch
dachte,
things unfold, can we?
die bekommen die halt von dem Gott und der Gott nimmt die den jetzt ja quasi wieder weg.
Hey, wait! Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help?
Das ist, glaube ich, die nächste, die wir kriegen können.
Just sit tight and watch for a moment. Hey, this isn't right, you know. Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble. Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision!
Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
Alright,
Es ist
alright.
es ist halt überhaupt nicht auffällig, wenn die an den Klamotten die Augen tragen, so,
Wise
ne?
choice. All right, let's go.
Das ist halt so.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he know what could happen to him after losing it? This is your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interfering.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Das war ein gefälschtes Auge. Ach, cool.
So that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya. Sorry about that.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet you.
Die ist cool. Die mag
Practically
ich.
everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on
Die macht
Narukami
Feuerwerk.
Island
Feuerwerk
just
ist immer
wouldn't be the
cool.
same.
Whoa, that's
Genau, die kommt am nächsten Mal, ja.
Paimon loves
Die haben ja schon auf Twitter jetzt ein paar weitere Charaktere gezeigt.
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking
Und es gibt wohl irgendwie einen Free 5-Star-Charakter, meinte Lukas, glaube ich, irgendwie demnächst. Irgendwie kriegt die PlayStation früher und PC und Handy und so später.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
Master Matsukatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too?
Herrin Kamisato hat
You don't say. Then it sounds like the Shirasagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! I've been thinking about breaking him out too recently. But if I just march straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kamisato in a whole heap of trouble. So, what about if I join you instead?
Sure, welcome to the team.
Willkommen im
Ayaka
Team.
told us to go look for help at a fireworks shop. She must have meant you.
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. You know, besides hiding vision bearers in my shop, that is. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station.
In der
I've
Wache
already surveyed the
festgehalten.
area and found a way in.
Whoa, talk about a reliable source.
Ist das ein bestimmter oder ein random?
Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready. Don't worry, Master Masakatsu. We're on our way.
Ist irgendeine Kooperation. Ach, da ist das bestimmt irgendein Charakter, der gar nichts mit dem Spiel selber zu tun hat, sondern halt so ein ist einfach ein Charakter, den sie jetzt quasi als Kooperation einbauen, der dann an irgendeine Serie oder an irgendwas anderes angelehnt ist. Lol, ich habe gerade voll die Katze erschrocken. Ha! Sorry, Katze. War keine Absicht. So. Leider auch nirgendwo Schatztruhen auf den Dächern. Das finde ich schade. Ja, wir klettern mal hier lang. Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay. Aber nicht die, Aloy? Nee, wie heißt die? Aloy? Ich habe das Spiel nie gespielt. Ich kenne die Charaktere halt auch nur aus anderen. Die gab es doch in Fortnite. Kamen die doch drin vor, glaube ich. Hier. Ja, genau. Die war doch als Uhrzeit. Genau, als Uhrzeit in Fortnite war. Das war doch unter anderem. Also die gab es da gleichzeitig dann als Charakter auch zu kaufen und so. Hier ist sonst nichts, ne? Hier hinten war auch so ein cooler See, ne? Ich find's schade, dass bei diesen Fuchsstatuen irgendwie nichts ist. Hier ist halt einfach nur dieser See, da müssen wir bestimmt später von der Story noch hin.
One with nature.
Dann gehen wir. Da müssen wir. Wir müssen genau in dieses Gebäude rein. Das ist die Wache. Ah, ich würde mal stark sagen, wir sollten nicht unbedingt durch den Haupteingang reingehen, sondern uns am besten einfach von hinten reinschleichen. Ah, Polizeihaftanstalt. Wer sagt denn bitte Polizeihaftanstalt?
This will be interesting.
Alter, das ist so ein kleines Gebäude von außen, von innen. Ja.
Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, we've got a good chance. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and get out of here. We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back.
You sure?
Irgendwie macht die mir ein bisschen Angst.
Just be careful not to get caught.
Yes, you too.
Die jagt jetzt aber nicht die ganze Polizeiwache in die Luft, oder? Und die Polizisten sind ja an sich nicht böse oder so. Also hoffe ich zumindest. Jetzt müssen wir wirklich gegen die kämpfen. Ja. Also die führen ja auch nur ihre Befehle aus. Aber das sind ziemliche Noob. Tschüss. What? What? Wieso ist der gerade so weggeflogen? Magatama-förmiges. Ach so, okay, wir müssen es erstmal hier hin.
Show me what you've got.
Clouds high.
So.
The birds come. Into the wind. Dodge this.
I need to train harder.
Ach, hier ist eine Falle. Die schießt auf uns, oder? Das ist ja lustig. Ach, die Tür ist zugegangen, ne? Hm. Wow. Schöner Raum. Lustiges Bild. Was ist das? Es sieht interessant aus, aber was das jetzt darstellen soll, weiß ich auch nicht. Aber die haben Fahrstühle. Das ist cool.
Battle formation.
Ja. Wow, hier sind überall Fallen. Oh, wir haben die Wand zerstört. Da kommen immer mehr Fallen und... Ha. Was ist da ein Trick? Das ist kein Trick, das nennt man einfach verschieben. Oder Wiedergeburt. Achso. So, das ist... Ich glaube, das, was wir mitnehmen mussten, ne? Da ist eine Schatzkiste, die habe ich schon gesehen. Das ist nur die gute Frage, wie kommen wir da rein? Da sind auch ganz viele. So, die gehen aber zum Glück relativ schnell down. So. Oh. Das sollten wir auf jeden Fall mitnehmen. Aber jetzt ist immer noch die Frage, wie kommen wir zu der einen Schatzkiste da? Ah, der Weg führt uns dahin, aber hier geht's eine Leiter hoch. Deswegen gehen wir jetzt die Leiter lang.
Time to go.
Das ist eine Truhe, die habe ich erst gar nicht erkannt. Ah, hier gibt's auch Siegel. Ja, nice. Das heißt, es kann sein, dass wir gleich genug Siegel haben.
Time to go.
Junge, du sollst springen.
The wind knows me. Time to go.
Super, bringt mir nicht viel. Ah, jetzt haben... Ah, okay, jetzt haben wir das eine Amulett.
One with nature.
So, aber wir haben immer noch diese eine Truhe da nicht geöffnet. Ich hoffe nicht, dass wir jetzt nochmal zurück müssen. Ich hoffe, dass wir da gleich ankommen.
Teach me a lesson.
So, das ist aber erst das erste, ne? Ne, wir haben ja schon eins gefunden, ne?
Watch your step. Bested. Train harder.
So, da haben wir das zweite. Was ist das hier? Ja, wenn wir das schließen, ich weiß nicht, was das bringt. Nächste Kiste. Also kriegen wir wenigstens ein paar Siegel zusammen. Schade, geht's auch nicht weiter. Ich glaube, wir müssen echt nochmal zurück. Das ist das Problem.
Into the wind.
Einfach nur eine Absteckung, ne? Aber wir kommen ja eh gleich nochmal in den Hauptraum oder so wahrscheinlich. Schade, ich wollte ihn da einfach runterschubsen. Lol, der landet einfach auf der anderen Seite. So, da ist die Truhe. Okay, hat sich erledigt.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Is that all you've got?
Aber war das alles? War da nicht noch irgendwas? Ich weiß nicht, was dieses Schließen gebracht hat.
One with nature.
Ha! Da ist ein Schatz hinter. Okay, cool. Die geben mir mal 2 Siegel, das ist nice. Dann habe ich die Siegel bald. Wir müssen jetzt hier die Türen verschieben, okay. So, jetzt können wir das hier öffnen. Das ist keine Tür. So, verschieben, okay. Die Zellen sind auch ein bisschen sehr ramponiert hier. So, jetzt können wir das rüberschieben. Das ist einfach nur eine Nische, oder? Gut, kein Geheimgang. Da oben auch nicht. So.
Over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
Irgendwie sind die Schwertmeister alle fast gleich. Ja, alle so eine Haare und so, die gleiche Haarfarbe. Fürs Erste können wir nur abwarten.
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just
Das ist auch ein spielbarer Charakter, garantiert.
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the
Ich
Kujo
glaube,
clan of the Tenryou Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
Ja, die gehört nämlich, das ist die Untergebene. Die habe ich auf Twitter gesehen, glaube ich.
Make way. Let me have a look at him.
Ja, die gehört ja zur Armee vom Shogun.
I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryou Commission itself. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
Paimon sure wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching Master Masakatsu.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Wir stecken in
Don't worry,
Schwierigkeiten.
I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
Feuerwerk. Ja, Feuerwerk.
Fireworks?
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry.
War aber ein bisschen wenig. Ich dachte, das explodiert jetzt hier alles. Die jagt das ganze Polizeirevier hier in die Luft.
More than enough.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know.
Saure Arbeit. Die schießt ja auch wirklich mit, nicht mit Feuer einfach nur, sondern mit Feuerwerk. Ah, jetzt geht's los.
Yoimiya, this is turning into a bit of a fireworks display.
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Oh, die Wachen haben sich alles
The
verdient.
coast is clear.
So, das ist unsere Chance. Sonst ist hier nichts, oder? Immer noch mal gucken, ob hier nicht noch irgendwo ein Schatz ist. Wo geht's hier überhaupt hin? Von hier kommen wir, hä? Warum sind wir denn da? Hä? Wieso haben wir uns dann hier versteckt um die Ecke? Okay. Ich frage mich. Die haben die komplett allein gelassen. Da ist ja gar keiner mehr. Bestimmt eine Falle.
Yoimiya.
Die sieht schon wieder genauso aus wie die anderen. Das ist... Und das sind irgendwelche random Typen.
Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back any minute!
War eine Falle.
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judgment get the better of me. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well... You can bet we'll do all we can to keep that from happening.
Danke.
Leave this place.
Die scheint nicht böse zu sein. Also so, wenn ich jetzt vom ersten Eindruck, würde ich tatsächlich sagen, dass das vielleicht sogar eine ist, die zwar auf der Seite vom Raiden Shogun steht, aber vielleicht sich sogar überreden lässt, mit uns zu kämpfen und so. Also ich wüsste jetzt halt gerne, ob wir hier irgendwas vergessen haben. Da waren nämlich vorhin schon mal 1, 2 Türen, die wir verschieben konnten, aber ich bin mir halt nicht sicher.
Into the wind.
Was? Ich glaube, da war nichts, ne? Ich hatte einen tollen Fahrstuhl. Oh, finde ich cool. Was war anders mit der? Hier ist halt noch so ein Raum hinter. Ist aber einfach nur Dekoraum, oder? Würde ich jetzt mal tippen.
Time to go.
Weil hier diese Teile habe ich nicht ganz verstanden. Da konnten wir irgendwas mit schließen, aber...
Time to go.
Leute, ist das Sand? Ja, die haben ja so, ne? Was so ein Sandkasten hier mitten im Raum. Auch lustig. Oh, das schockt uns einfach so ein klein bisschen. Aber ich glaube, das war's. Die Tür, keine Ahnung, die wir geöffnet haben. Da hier haben wir eine Kiste gefunden. Was mich halt gewundert hat, ist dieser Raum hier. Hier nichts ist. Ich habe dann gedacht, dass hier oben vielleicht irgendwo was drauf ist. Wir kommen auch nicht höher, ne? Nee. Okay, wir verlassen einfach mal.
We're finally out of that creepy place.
Creepy place.
Yes. Finally, I've made it out of there.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel? Can you hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated.
Immerhin haben die sowas wie eine
I'll treat you to a
Krankenstation.
round of drinks once this is all over.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him.
Ja, das haben wir alles dieser Frau zu verdanken.
Kujusara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. Though Paimon would never agree with their actions in the Vision Hunt Decree, of course. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the
Ja,
good
oft
news?
führen die auch nur Befehle aus. Gefängnisfest. So, und zurück zur Teestube. Na doch. Aber irgendwie wollten wir eigentlich die zweite Insel erkunden. Aber irgendwie habe ich nicht gedacht, dass die Story noch so lang geht bis dahin.
Time to go. I see. So Kujo-Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her.
Doch
I
einfach.
wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo-Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. She obeys the orders of the Raiden Shogun without question. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an unexpected blessing. We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya and the Traveler. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we
Sogar noch
expected.
zuverlässiger als erwartet. Danke fürs Kompliment.
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, there is still much to be done. It is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies appears to be growing. Yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration. They call it a ceremony of sorts. And the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt decree seems to be waning. The days ahead may be more peaceful than usual.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryou Commission?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing room than usual.
You do present a good point. Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Perhaps a period of rest is in order. Toma, what would you suggest?
I'd say
Wir fahren
a
erstmal in Urlaub.
celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening of hot
Feuertopfabend.
pot together? Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
A hot pot game? What's that? Well, as long as it has to do with eating.
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add all the ingredients together. Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and guess whose ingredient it was. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from
Segen
the
des
god of hot pot.
Feuertopfgottes. Es gibt einen
Don't you
Feuertopfgott.
think it sounds like fun? I've been
Gibt's auch
wanting
einen
to give it a
Grillgott.
try. In fact, I've
Mikrowellengott.
already got my ingredients prepared.
You really do kind of
Also sie schmeißen jeder eine Zutat in den Feuertopf rein, dann wird mit verbundenen Augen probiert. Und da muss man erraten, von wem die Zutat ist, die man gerade probiert. Und hast drauf gemacht.
Ooh, Paimon proposes we gather raging demon-level Joyun chilies, super salty ham, mist flower corollas. This is already shaping up to be a hot pot to remember.
Das ist so ihr Traum.
Oh, my stomach! It feels like Yoimiya's fireworks are going off inside me.
Who would have guessed that Toma would be the winner? He ate practically all those weird ingredients without a second thought. Toma? You okay, buddy?
Salt-crusted herring, unripe lavender melon, flash-boiled dongo, oh, and whatever that thing was that nearly froze my tongue off. Hold up, my life is starting to flash before my eyes. Time I call it a night,
Zeit, Abschied zu nehmen.
You've only got yourself to blame, Toma. All those strange things you ate were ingredients you added yourself.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the Traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh. Think of the texture.
I must apologize.
Kuchen.
To be perfectly honest, I thought the cakes would be a tasty addition.
Uh-oh, I'm definitely not okay. I need to lie down. I feel like a new man.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's turn. Talk about being competitive.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the God of Hot Pot's blessing. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I couldn't be beaten at my own game first time around. I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better.
Glück ist zurück.
So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's Hot Pot Challenge is me.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team. Another important job taken care of. Next on the agenda, some well-earned rest and relaxation.
Yes. If the Tenryo Commission truly is as busy with preparations as Toma claims, then some rest would be a welcome change of pace. And with the
Aber ist
extra
nicht gerade
time,
sinnvoll, jetzt zu
there are
planen, wenn
some
die
other
eine
matters I
Zeremonie
wish to
machen, dass
attend
man
to.
dann vielleicht
Let's all
die
take too
Zeremonie
much time
ausnutzt?
off. After a few days' rest, we'll reconvene at the Komori Tea House and discuss our next operation. Downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure to make the most of it. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules. I'll see you all later.
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori Tea House for a while. Why don't we go explore some other places?
Ah, Kapitel 1. Also Kapitel 2, Abschnitt 1. Fertig. 1025. So.
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Ich würde sagen, dahin, wo ich die ganze Zeit schon
Traveler,
hin will.
Paimon, hold on.
Oh.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request your assistance. But you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the Kamisato clan. It is my own individual request.
Individual request? You mean personal stuff?
Correct. It concerns my mother. This may seem a little sudden, but in my view, you are the only person I can entrust this to.
Geht um ihre
A
Mutter.
few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a notebook that belonged to my mother. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what drew my attention was a name. It is one that I have never heard before, so the fact that she mentions it so frequently, it makes it difficult for me to ignore.
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Du hast den Namen noch nie gehört?
Never. And although my mother and father passed away many years ago, both my brother and I are familiar with the vast majority of their acquaintances. So, I am
Noch ein
very
Bruder?
curious about this mysterious individual. I would very much like to meet them. According to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been someone very
Tsubaki?
important to my mother. Someone with a lot of personality, who liked to have fun.
Kommt mir bekannt vor, der Name.
Thinks it sounds like a girl's name.
That's what I thought too.
Ah, werden wir
So
rausfinden.
what do you want us to do? Do you need us to find her for you?
No. Her address is given in the notebook. We can head straight there. I wanted you to assist me with the preparation of greeting gifts. Please keep everything I have told you in strict confidence. The proper course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her together. But he is terribly busy at present, and on a more selfish note, I don't wish to involve anybody else from Inazuma in this matter.
Ja, möchte keinen mit einbinden,
That,
sonst
and you are also
deswegen
a
machen wir das.
kind, well-mannered person with a genuine concern for other people. Not to mention trustworthy. I would not feel comfortable with anyone else in this situation.
You can count on us. We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help. In terms of payment, just treat us to some delicious food and we'll be more than happy.
Ihr möchtet wieder
Wonderful. In fact, I was hoping to take this opportunity to show you both around. If you don't mind, of course.
Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind at all. Do we?
Nö, das
Thank
wird
you
uns überhaupt nichts
kindly.
ausmachen.
Shall we head off then? Ogura Textiles and Kimonos is our first stop.
All right, sounds great.
Jetzt kriegen wir eine Stadtführung. Das Märchen von Kranich und dem weißen Kaninchen. Was? Du bist ja immer noch on. Hallöchen Zucker. Ja, selbstverständlich. Immer. Ich streame 24/7. Wusstest du das nicht? Ist doch erst 10.
This must be...
It's a festival promotion. Hey, speaking of, we haven't been anywhere fun since we arrived in Inazuma.
Gehst du dorthin?
No, what made you think that? Festivals are a common occurrence here in Inazuma. We in the Yashiro Commission are very well acquainted with these sorts of customs. Each season brings its own festival, and each festival in turn brings a fresh challenge to the task of maintaining public order. So, while festivals are undoubtedly joyous and lively occasions, for us, they are also a cause for concern. Oh, my apologies. I should stop thinking about work. This is hardly relevant to the matter at hand. This store here is the place I wanted to visit.
Oh, so you weren't checking out the promotion? Well, let's take a look inside then.
Welcome. I have all the latest styles. Please take a look.
Kimonos.
Oh, it's Miss Kamisato with guests from overseas. Welcome to Ogura Textiles and Kimonos. Are you here to purchase fabric or for tailored garments?
Oh, greetings to you too. I have a design here for a garment. Would you be so kind as to take a look?
Oh, Ayaka came prepared.
Let me see. This could be...
It could be...
Oh, it's a very fine design. Miss Kamisato, you'd like us to make a kimono following this design, yes?
Please, if you could.
I'm honored that you'd choose Ogura Textiles and Kimonos for your tailoring needs. However, there is one rather difficult problem. Based on the design, this kind of kimono would require silk made from the silk flower. The majority of Inazuma's silk is imported from Liyue Harbor, but given the current climate... As you well know, Inazuma is currently under a strict lockdown. In all honesty, the impact on the textiles industry has been quite significant. We're struggling to import high-grade fabrics. So much of our
können nichts mehr
tailoring
produzieren, weil die
business has
halt
been put on hold
keine Sachen mehr
indefinitely.
kriegen.
But of course, where our customers are able to provide the fabric themselves, we can still be of service.
So you're saying we need to go and buy some silk first?
If even Ogura Textiles and Kimonos can't get a hold of high-grade fabric, where would we buy it from?
You could try the International Trade Association. They are a little better connected than we are. After all, the association brings together merchants from all over the world. The only thing is their prices. They're not the cheapest. In times like these, though, we're lucky to even have an option of getting a hold of the things we want in the first place.
Huh. So even just getting clothes made is an ordeal in Inazuma. Wait, the International Trade Association? That's Kurisu's thing, right? We haven't been to Rito in a while.
It looks like that will be our next stop. Thank you ever so much. We will be back once we've acquired the fabric. Oh, in the meantime, I have one other very small request. Could you?
Why is she being so secretive all of a sudden?
Absolutely.
Much obliged.
My pleasure, Miss Kamisato. Honestly, I'm just as excited as you to see the end product. We haven't made a silk kimono for the longest time now, and this is a beautiful design.
That's very kind of you, thank you. Goodbye for now. Traveler Paimon, let's try our luck at the International Trade Association.
The wind knows.
Ah, schade, weil hier so ein Schild ist, dachte ich, vielleicht ist da was hinter. dann müssen wir nach Ritu. Da porten wir uns am besten einfach hin.
This is it. The International Trade Association.
Keiner da.
Okay then, we need to talk to Kurisu, right?
Oh.
Look, there he is!
Looks like we found him.
What am I gonna do?
Mr. Kurisu, are you alright?
Oh, you're Miss Sayaka from the Kamisato clan. How do you do?
Better than you, it appears.
And if it isn't the Traveler, I haven't seen you in a while. I
Ja,
take it you've been
wir haben
out
es
of Rito?
rausgeschafft. Ist auch schon eine Weile
Thanks
her.
again for your help last time. The
Kein
association is back in
Problem, wir helfen
business,
immer
and it's
gerne.
all thanks to you.
That's great, but, why were you staring into space just now? Did something bad happen?
Well, you see, it's embarrassing to admit, but some of the association's goods have been stolen.
Es ist schwer hier an Waren zu kommen, jetzt werden die auch noch geklaut.
It was a batch of high-grade silk.
Rein zufällig wird die Seide geklaut.
We imported a big batch of silk from Liyue several years ago. It's been sitting in storage ever since. Recently, we heard that clothing stores in the city have more or less sold all their silk stocks. So we figured now would be a good time to bring our batch out of storage, thinking it'd probably fetch a good price. But then,
Die haben diese Seide da jahrelang liegen gehabt.
the vagrants swiped the whole batch, then disappeared into the woods. I reported to the authorities, but... well, as you know, they don't think much of foreign merchants like
Das heißt, wir
us.
müssen jetzt die Seide finden, kriegen als Belohnung bestimmt ein bisschen was von der Seide. Das passt.
Honestly, you can just tell that our suffering amuses them.
Well, I also take issue with aspects of the Kanjo Commission's operational methods. Please remember, Mr. Kurisu, that while you are here in Inazuma, you should be careful with your words.
My apologies. I had to let off some steam.
Die haben ja überall
Anyway,
Spione.
there doesn't seem to be much we can do ourselves to get our goods back. Perhaps I'm doomed to go bankrupt after all.
I am afraid I can't intervene in an official capacity, but I can still help you get your lost goods back.
Of course, I would never... Wait, what?
Huh?
Ja, wir finden es einfach.
Yes, acting in my own capacity, mind you. Even then, there is no escaping the fact that my every action and word will be seen to reflect on the Yashiro Commission and the Kamisato clan. I do so not without reservations, so I hope that you will treat this matter as confidential. That aside, as I'm sure you're aware, I'm afraid that I won't always be able to help you in such circumstances. Given your position and that of the International Trade Association, please try to exercise more caution in the future. You do not want to incur further unnecessary losses.
We will. We certainly will. But, are you sure this isn't gonna cause any issues for you? What if someone high up in the Kanjo Commission sees what you're doing and doesn't like it? You're a highly respected member of society. Surely putting your neck on the line for small-timers like me can't be worth the risk.
Very humorous. Let's not forget that I am the eldest daughter of the Kamisato clan. I would be very surprised indeed if anybody in the
älteste
Kanjo
Tochter.
Commission felt
Das heißt,
that
da
I
sind
was
noch mehr.
accountable to them for my actions.
Whoa, that sent shivers down Paimon's spine. Does everyone from a powerful clan talk like that?
Eiskalt.
Mr. Kurisu, I need to know the exact time and
Ist halt
location of the
Eischarakter.
theft, and anything that stood out about the perpetrator's appearance.
Thank you so much. Let's see, it was 2 hours ago now, over at the,
Aber es hat rein zufällig, jetzt wo wir Seide brauchen und gehört haben, dass die Seide haben,
Please follow
wird
me
die
to
Seide
the scene of the
geklaut.
crime. The investigation starts there.
All right, off we go.
Rein zufällig.
Time to go.
Das ist sogar noch eine Quest.
Time to go.
Ach, lustig. Pavane? Gibt es hier wirklich solche Zweige? Das sollte so sein. So steht es auch im Buch. Oh, ich bin hungrig. Wer nennt denn sein Kind Pavane? Kompendium der Reiseberichte der Akademie. Okay. Wieder gegrillten Fisch essen. Aber wir müssen bestimmt irgendeinen Zweig haben die gesucht. Den müssen wir bestimmt finden. Der uns hilft. Und schreiben wir eine Mission auf. Hier sind wir. Ist nicht so, dass du was du getan hast, als du vorher in Liebe auf Probleme gestoßen bist. Ah. Kennen wir den? Haben wir dem schon mal geholfen? Bist du ein Abenteuer oder ein Reisender? Oder beides? Es ist Schicksal, sich hier zu treffen. Genau, Schicksal. Wir sind die vielseitigen Feinschmecker, um kulinarische Fähigkeiten zu verfeinern. Ah. Sakura-Blüten. Sakura-Blüten haben wir. Ah, in diese Barriere kommen die nämlich nicht rein. Ah. Ist das eine Quest, die wir hätten ganz am Anfang hier kriegen können, als Erklärung, wie man da reinkommt? Ich möchte da rein, um die Sakura-Blüte zu kriegen. Die brauchen wir ja für Ayaka, falls wir sie denn irgendwann mal jemals kriegen sollten, zum Hochstufen, glaube ich. Aber auch zum Kochen kann man die, glaube ich, benutzen, ne? Ah, neben dem Lohn auch richtig gutes Essen. Ja. Hilf uns, wenn du willst. Wollen wir oder wollen wir nicht? Die besondere Blüte, okay. Ist hier drüben eigentlich auch noch so ein Teil?
Is that all you've got?
This world is full of...
Wo müssen wir denn hier? Ach, das ist gar nicht der Ort, wo wir hin müssen. Ah, super. Hat sich schon erledigt. Ach nee, Quatsch. Das ist die Hauptstory, ne? Ich will ja die andere erstmal machen. Ah, da haben wir noch nichts. Die haben wir schon bekommen, okay. Oh, super. Ist das hier die? Toll, endlich kann ich hier etwas Leckeres kochen. Gut, gut. Ja. Ja, es ist halt die Erklärung, wie man da reinkommt. Dass wir halt diesen Zweig da anklicken müssen, den hier, und dann können wir durch die Barrieren durch. Das leveln wir ja gerade noch nebenbei hoch. Dafür brauche ich ja die Elektrosiegel. fertig. Ja. Sakura Tempura. Da kriegen wir bestimmt das Rezept für. Ja, Zubereitung. Vielen Dank. Ah, Kanazuka. So, da haben wir ein neues Rezept bekommen. Und 25.000 Euro auch gar nicht mal so verkehrt.
Here we are. This is where we were robbed.
Hey, look on the ground. What are those?
Huh? Footprints. Very deep ones at that. Leading towards the forest.
Presumably the depth suggests that they were carrying something heavy.
Let's see where they lead.
Lol. Habe ich das noch vergessen hier? Achso, nee, das ist dafür gedacht. Die da drüben sind das bestimmt.
You think you can get your stuff back with this bunch? You must be dreaming.
Why, you better hope you have the courage of your convictions.
Why wouldn't you? Trade association types are worms. Coming over to our land, leeching off our people. Who's gonna leap to your defense, huh? Tell me, who's gonna stick their neck out for the likes of you? Look at that, no response. Face it, this is Inazuma. You've got no ties here. You're at the bottom of the pile. Can you really blame us for walking all over you?
You are despicable.
Hey, I just had an idea. Since you came all this way, how about we do some business?
Business?
Pay up, and you can take your fabric back. Sound good? If you ask me, it beats walking out of here with black eyes and a broken nose.
You're just a big bully.
Wait, Mr. Kurisu, please do not pay any money to this man.
But...
I trust you remember our agreement? If you keep your lips firmly sealed, I too shall uphold my end of the deal.
Oh yes, of course.
Then please stand well back where it is safe. Now, it is time for me to honor my word!
Ah, wir können mit ihr kämpfen, ach cool. Kann halt so. Sehr cool. Ich kann erstmal alles einfrosten dann.
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
Oh, da kommen noch ganz viele.
My blade. More. Finally,
Well, that's resolved then.
Das war unglaublich.
No, please, It was nothing. I was simply doing my duty.
Aber kennen die alle nicht?
Traveler, are you hurt?
Nope.
Don't worry, we're fine. The vagrants left in quite a hurry. It would seem they didn't have time to take anything with them. I believe your stolen goods should all be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You best do a count.
6, 8, 10. Yep, it's all here.
Great! Now we can finally buy some silk.
Buy silk? You mean you need some of the silk here?
This was indeed our intent.
Don't get us wrong, though. That's not the reason we helped you out. Even if it were just a few carrots or cabbages, chances are we still would have helped you get them back. Paimon thinks we're pretty lucky. If we arrived any later, our chances of getting silk in Inazuma would have been 0.
I honestly can't thank you all enough. Please, say no more. You need silk? I'll pick out a piece for you right away.
Thank you, good sir. How much do I owe you?
Oh, it's free of charge. I could never ask you to pay after everything you've done for me.
No, that will never do. Things cost what they cost, and what they cost is what I shall pay. Merchants already have enough challenges to deal with, and as Paimon explained,
Dinge haben
my
einen
help
Preis,
was
den
unconditional.
Preis zahle ich.
Please, sell your wares to me at the price you would sell them to any other customer. There is nothing to feel distressed about.
Gut, sie hat ja
because
wahrscheinlich ein bisschen Geld. Ich glaube mal nicht, dass
nothing
sie...
happened here in these woods today, did it?
Thank you. I don't think I could ever repay you. You have helped me greatly, and I will never forget it. I'm afraid we must part ways. I must get these goods back to the association.
Very well. And thank you for the silk, Mr. Kurisu.
Ja, wir haben Seide bekommen. Lass dich nicht wieder ausrauben.
Traveler, thank you for stepping in to help
Ja,
out.
dafür bin ich ja da.
How come those vagrants didn't seem to know who you were? They must move in completely different circles. Maybe they've never seen anyone from the Kamisato clan before.
Perhaps. Either way, I'm glad they didn't recognize me. The fewer people who know what happened today, the better.
It's not every day an important person like you helps out someone like Kurisu. It really shows what a great person you are.
Oh, your praise is quite unwarranted. I merely did what anyone in my position would have done. I admit that it did feel strange for me to come to his aid. But this should have nothing to do with identity or social class. As far as I'm concerned, I guess that deep down, I don't see how a society can be considered just when people encounter such obstacles in their livelihoods. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Right.
Kein Problem.
Let's
Gehen
head
wir
back to
zurück.
Ogura
Genau.
Textiles and come up.
Können wir die Seide da hingeben. Ich habe ja gehofft, dass wir mal auf die zweite Insel kommen, aber irgendwie glaube ich da nicht, dass wir da heute noch ankommen. Können wir eigentlich hier einfach reinlaufen?
Time to go.
Wir hätten auch hier einfach rumlaufen können, ne? Ein Wachhund. Ein schöner, netter, kleiner Wachhund.
One with nature.
Er passt auf. Zwar nicht sehr gut, aber er passt auf. Das ist nicht so... Ich könnte mir vorstellen, dass da noch irgendwo mal was drunter ist. Aber nö. Gut, wir geben mal die Seite ab.
Welcome back! So, any luck at the International Trade Association? Did they have any silk in stock?
Yes, they did. Here.
Excellent
Ist ja nicht so, dass sie da ganz viel Seide hinten liegen hat im Regal, ne?
silk,
Aber
I think everything else I need I've got in store already.
das sah ziemlich gleich
I just need to go and take stock of our materials. It won't take me a moment. I'll be right back.
Dauert nicht lange.
They better all be there.
I do hope nothing else is missing. Traveler, on the subject of garments, I've been meaning to acquire a new outfit for you, too.
Hab ich doch gedacht.
I wasn't sure how you'd feel about the idea of dressing in Inazuman attire.
Oh.
Oh? Are you sure? Is that so?
Oh, schade. Ich hätte gern Klamotten, dass man das zumindest auswählen kann.
Stature hold themselves to a dress code, as well as a code of conduct.
More like when you're away from home, you've got to live by certain rules to survive, whether you like it or not. But Paimon would still love to check out some Inazuman outfits.
Hat man hier auch
Just what is
Timeouts?
that supposed to mean? They make them in whatever size the customer asks for.
Your interactions are so adorable to watch. Well,
Kriegt
if you're
Paimon so
sure,
ein
as you wish.
Kimono.
Something else I've been
Oder
wondering
Yukata.
is, how do people in other nations dress?
Die kleiden sich sehr seltsam.
So true. People dress in all kinds of ways. Some people like to wear a hood, some cover up half their face with a mask, some just straight up dress like a peacock. Oh, and some have their tummy on show. Others wear skin-tight leotards and leggings. If you can imagine it, Paimon guarantees that someone out there is wearing it.
Really? So there is no single standard and people just dress however they like? So fascinating. Somehow, I feel a little envious.
Wait!
Ja, das ist halt so, es ist ein bisschen an Japan angelehnt und in Japan ist es ja auch so, dass nicht jeder einfach das trägt, was er so meint. Also es gibt ja so gesellschaftliche Standards und auch in der Schule gibt es ja Schulklamotten.
And see how people live.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I've checked my inventory.
Das ist ja...
Thank you. Is there anything else you're missing?
Fortunately not. I have all the materials I need. As for the size, would you like me to go by the dimensions given on the design?
Yes, please.
Understood. I'll get to work shortly. In total, that'll be this much.
Here you go. Is it possible to treat this as an urgent order?
Well, luckily, we don't have any other urgents at the moment, so I can begin work right away. It will still take me some time, though, so please come and
Ich finde es auch schade, dass wir keine Kleidung zur Auswahl bekommen haben. Ja, das wäre cool, so wie bei Barbara oder bei Jean.
Good idea! Let's check out the whole area. We don't want to leave any loose ends.
There will be no loose ends while you're in my company. I already decided where to go while we wait. For our next stop, I'd like to take you both...
Food? Paimon likes this plan.
I picked the venue especially for you. A humble local eatery called Kiminami Restaurant. I thought that the relaxed atmosphere there would suit our day much better than the prohibitively formal one of a high-end restaurant. Shall we head off?
Yep. Paimon can't wait. Are we here? Ooh, it's one of those street-side places.
Haben wir da nicht schon? Haben wir da nicht das eine abgeholt?
Welcome! Oh, Miss Kiminami. How do you do?
Ah, Miss Kamisato. Perfect timing. Your booking was for... well, right now.
I believe so. We'll be sticking to the order I placed in advance. As for the other matter we discussed...
Schon vorbestellt.
Thank you for your help. Excellent. No problem. And everything you asked for is ready and waiting. Traveler, tiny customer, please wait here for a moment while I prepare your food.
Go ahead and take a seat. There is something I need to take care of, but I'll be back momentarily.
Braucht ihr Verstärkung?
It's nothing of that sort. I just have a few minor things I need to attend to. I won't be long.
She sure left in a hurry. Whatever it is, it must be pretty urgent.
So, you two are Miss Kamisato's friends? Well, we serve all the classics. Sure, there are fancier-looking places out there, but the food here speaks for itself. Hope you enjoy it. Over the years we've been in business, we've gotten to know the Kamisato clan quite well. Miss Kamisato and her brother are both fond of our food. They're always sending staff down here to order something and take it back to them. Her table booking surprised me, not least because it was a group reservation. This is the first time I've ever heard of Miss Kamisato going out for dinner with friends.
The first time ever? Oh, guess that makes us pretty important people, huh?
Sure does. And I'm probably crossing the line here, but I'm just telling you what others have told me. Apparently, Miss Kamisato doesn't have a lot of friends.
How possible? She's so kind and polite to everyone. Paimon would have thought that would make her really popular.
That's what I used to think too. But it turns out the rules of social interaction are a bit more complicated than that. Nobody in the neighborhood has a bad word to say about her. They all say she's beautiful, elegant, graceful, not to mention that she belongs to one of the most illustrious clans in the land. In short, they see her as a model young lady. But that's just it. People look at her and they see a model of perfection, and they don't feel like that's something they can relate to. So the majority of kids from our ordinary families don't even try to talk to her. So you see, on paper, she sounds like a girl everyone would want to get to know. But in practice, she finds it difficult to make friends.
Huh. Paimon never would have guessed.
We don't speak all that much, but we do go quite a way back. I've always admired her for taking on so many responsibilities at such a young age. So it makes me really happy to see her here with friends today. Anyway, relax, enjoy your meal, and please, talk to her as much as possible. I know she'll appreciate it. Consider it a favor for the whole neighborhood. Look after her for us.
Huh? That sounded like Ayaka.
Hat sie selber probiert, was zu
I'm
kochen?
so sorry, traveler. Could you join me over there for a minute? I need your help with something. I'm sorry. I didn't want to drag you away all of a sudden. I, just had a cooking catastrophe.
Oh, so that loud noise we heard came from the cooking pot.
As you can see, this house is right next to the restaurant. It's where the owner lives. Actually, this whole compound is the family's private property. I asked Miss Kiminami to prepare some ingredients and utensils for me so that I could cook a special dish here.
Right. If there's something you want to eat, you could just order it from the menu.
Actually, I wanted to cook something as a gift for Tsubaki. My mother mentioned in her notebook that Tsubaki enjoys food from all over the world. So I thought, if I'm going to meet Tsubaki, perhaps a dish from overseas would make a fitting gift.
A dish from overseas? So anything from outside Inazuma counts, right? If so, then we've got lots of options, don't we?
Ja, tatsächlich. Ich bin ein richtiger
That's what I was
Küchenprofi.
thinking. You must have picked up a lot of knowledge about different cultures on your travels. Hopefully including regional cuisines. Can I leave you to finish this task then? Just as a personal favor. Great.
Na klar.
But what kind of overseas dish would make a suitable gift? It needs to survive a journey from the kitchen to the recipient's doorstep.
Oh, Paimon knows! There's one dish out. Pizza!
Pizza.
Pizza?
It's an assortment of toppings and sauce spread over a bread base and cooked in the oven. And it's so good.
So.
Does sound pretty good.
Oh, Pizza ist lecker. Ich mag Pizza.
Is the pizza ready?
Haben wir Pizza? Haben wir überhaupt das Pizza-Rezept? Papa. Warum denn hier Pizza? Wahrscheinlich fehlt mir irgendwas für Pizza, oder? Da. Eine Pizza haben wir. Zählt das als Pizza? Haben wir sonst noch eine andere Pizza? Nicht. Vielleicht nimmt sie ja die Pizza.
Is the pizza ready?
Oh, it's ready.
It smells delicious. You're an excellent cook, traveler.
I would love to be able to master dishes from all over the world.
Wir können ja
All you
Kochunterricht
need to
geben.
learn is a recipe. We can bring you some more recipes in the future if you like.
Great. I look forward to learning from your culinary expertise.
How are you all doing? Whoa, is this... Miss Kamisato, this must be the dish you were talking about.
Yes, an overseas dish cooked by the Traveler. Could I trouble you to package it for me?
Sure, no problem.
Ich habe mein eigenes Essen gekocht.
Smells
Können Sie es
good.
einpacken?
I bet it tastes amazing. Oh, now I really want to put something like this on our menu.
Want us to teach you how to make it?
Oh, could you?
Na klar.
The most satisfying meals are the ones you share with other people. So Paimon thinks that our friends in Mondstadt wouldn't mind us sharing this dish with Inazuma.
Really? That's great. I've always wanted to learn how to cook some international dishes. If you can write down a recipe for me, I'll add it to our menu and put a promotion where everyone will see it. Since we've become a closed nation, people haven't had the chance to try anything new. Traveler, you're the best! I'll go pack up this dish for Miss Kamisato. Please, make your way back to the restaurant whenever you're ready. The food will be waiting for you.
You could have sold that recipe for a high price, but you selflessly gave it away for free. You're a wonderful person.
Ach, hör
I
auf.
mean it. I admire you a lot, and I'm so proud to be friends with someone of such fine character. Well, you should probably write down the recipe now, no?
Yeah, let's make sure we include all the details and then give it to Miss Kiminami. So, pizza. Start with the basic ingredients.
Champion.
Correctamundo. Right, now to add the next couple of ingredients.
Weißkohl und Käse.
Yep, that's right. Now for the cooking instructions. Place onto oven rack at hot... Alright, it's done. Long may our
Es war
reputations and our
eine
recipes
Pilzpizza,
precede us
aber...
wherever we go in Inazuma.
I have no doubt that they will. This dish is exquisite.
Cool. Then let's get this recipe to Miss Kiminami pronto.
Time to go.
Hey! Have you written out the recipe?
Yep.
Here it is.
Thank you! Wowie! This is so exciting. I want to make it right away.
Traveler, Paimon, please accept my sincerest apologies for delaying your meal.
Oh.
No problem. Food always tastes
Sieht aus,
better when you work up
das sieht aus wie so ein Gehirn hier und da, aber das ist, glaube ich, Fisch auf Reis.
Well, what do you think? Is Inazuman cuisine to your liking?
It's amazing! Paimon loved this one! Oh, and especially that one over there!
Good. I'm relieved. When I was attempting to cook earlier on, did you chat with the owner at all? And did she, say anything about me?
She did, but don't worry. She's just happy for you is all.
She's happy for me? Oh, then she must have told you. Did she, what does it matter? I know just as well as anybody else that I've got no friends.
Hey, it's not you. Most people just haven't had the chance to talk to you one-on-one before.
Thank you for your comforting words, Paimon. It's all true, though. I just don't have very many friends. Most of the time I'm either accompanied by family or staff. So
Ich bin dein Freund.
Exactly! You've got at least 2 friends right here.
Aw, thank you. That makes me so happy.
Excuse me. I'm forgetting myself.
Hey now, expressing your feelings is the right thing to do. Keeping them locked away inside isn't gonna do you any good now, is it?
I agree. So, I just want to say how happy I feel that you both see me as a true friend.
Of course we do. That's always been our style. If someone's nice to us, we're nice to them too. Friendship can go a long way. Take your mom, for example. She wrote about Tsubaki in her notebook, and now it's made you want to find them too.
Yes. I think friendship is an extremely precious thing, and ours is one that I will always treasure.
While we're on the topic though, who is this Tsubaki person anyway?
Well, I think I have an idea.
Ich höre. Sie weiß es auch noch nicht ganz, aber sie hat eine Idee.
I think that Tsubaki might be a fox envoy.
A fox envoy?
Yes, that's what I think. Even I, my mother's own daughter, had never even heard of this friend before. It just seems so mysterious. So I think it must be someone with transcendent abilities who doesn't show themselves very often. And fox envoys are nothing new. Stories have been told about them in Inazuma since ancient times. You must have met Kuji Yae before. Well, she's a fox envoy. That got me thinking. Maybe there are fox envoys out there in Inazuma that people just don't know about. And maybe Tsubaki is one of them.
Whoa! So Inazuma also has supernatural beings?
When you say also...
Well, before Inazuma, we spent some time in Liyue. They have lots of supernatural beings there, like the Adepti. All kinds of them too, up in the sky.
Really? I've come across such things being asserted in books, but to hear someone talk about it from first-hand experience is extremely surprising. So Liyue lives up to its reputation. Its culture has a long history and gives rise to the most beautiful legends. Quite captivating.
You should come visit Liyue with us sometime.
Ja, genau, wir nehmen sie einfach mal mit nach
They
Liyue.
have loads and loads of delicious delicacies.
Really? I would love that. Speaking of delicacies, Traveler, Paimon, have you eaten your fill?
Oh, Paimon has.
Excellent. Then let's collect the kimono. Then we can pay a visit to my mother's mysterious and transcendent friend.
Ich sag ja, das wird heute nichts mehr mit der zweiten Insel, von wegen zweite Insel erkunden. Ha. Ich hätte nicht gedacht, dass das so lange dauert hier auf der Insel. Ich dachte, dass wir jetzt zumindest mit dem zweiten Abschnitt auf die zweite Insel kommen.
Time to go.
Schade, da kommen wir nicht rein.
Your garment is ready, Miss Kamisato. I've folded and packaged it for you. Oh, and the other item we discussed? That's ready too.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. It is a beautiful piece of clothing, and it was a pleasure to work on. See you again next time.
Oh, see you again next time.
Traveler, I have a gift for you.
Okay.
Whoa, looks super fancy. Is that for wearing
Super
in your
fancy.
hair?
It's a hairpin in the style of a white heron. As well as a hair accessory, you can also use it as an ornament.
Der
I couldn't
Reiher,
ask for your help
weiße
and
Reiher
offer
und das
nothing at all in
Kaninchen oder so?
return. So this is my gift. I'm glad you like it.
Speaking of white herons, that's what your title means, doesn't it? Shirasagi Himegimi. So this gift is like a little piece of yourself. It's just as elegant and beautiful as you are.
You flatter me, Paimon. If this gift reminds you of me, that is all I could ask for.
It definitely will. Alright, well, now we've got what we came for. We can set off. Time to go meet Tsubaki.
Time to go.
Das ist auch noch hier. Aber hier müssen wir uns aber auch noch mal ein bisschen umschauen, ich glaube. gerade so hier... Ich wollte gerade sagen, hinter der Mauer, aber da kommt man gar nicht hin. Oh, Katze. Ja, da. So.
Time to go.
Das ist die Frage, wo müssen wir hin? Doch außen rum. Ah. Macht die Katze da? Und nicht, dass der Stein gleich runterfällt und die Katze erwischt wird. Das wäre nicht so schön. Bin ich hier schon mal so richtig drin? Ich glaube, ich bin nur auf dem Dach rumgeklettert, oder? Bob, das ist das königliche Bad. Da kommen wir mal nicht rein, ne? Hier sind wir schon überhaupt mal so richtig drin.
The wind knows me.
Sie waren hier drin, aber ich kann mich nicht daran erinnern, dass das so groß ist.
Into the wind.
So ein Seitenausgang.
Time to go.
Da ist bestimmt auch noch irgendwo was auf den Dächern und so. Wir waren... Ich glaube, wir haben nur den Elektrokulus da oben weggeholt. Aber ich jetzt sehe, dass das so viele Dächer sind.
Time to go. One with nature. The wind knows me.
Kreaturen hier gerade schon wieder irgendwo auf den Dächern rum.
Time to go.
Der Ort ist hier außerhalb, ne? Der ist weiter unten. Der ist hier drunter. Jetzt sind wir hier. Ich erinnere mich. Hier waren wir schon mal. Das sind so ganz viele Steintüren.
If someone lives here, then why is it so chilly?
I'm asking myself the same question. How strange. I'm quite sure that this is the location my mother wrote about, but surely...
Ja, vielleicht ist Tsubaki wirklich eine Fuchsbotin.
I'm starting to have second thoughts.
Oder irgendwas anderes.
But since
Auf
we're
jeden Fall
here,
denke ich kein
I still think we
normaler
should go
Mensch.
inside and explore in full.
Yeah, makes sense. Who knows? Maybe there's a surprise waiting in there for us.
Überraschung.
So, what does the notebook say exactly?
Let me think. A crane brings one fresh flower in its beak to decorate my hair, while a white rabbit sews a hemline from 4 rays of moonlight. Dressed appropriately, I face eastward and call out Tsubaki's name 7 times. In the blink of an eye, I'm standing
Eine
on the
Blume,
path that
4
leads
Stück
to her
Mondschein.
house.
Sounds like a fairy tale. So your mom would do a little ritual, and just like that, Tsubaki would come to meet her?
Klingt sehr
I
nach
have a
einem
feeling that it
Adepten.
could be
Ja,
some
also
sort of code.
weißer
Let's
Kranich
get a
und
little
so.
closer before coming to any conclusions.
Good idea.
So, wir gucken uns das aber erstmal an. Ich weiß ja schon, dass da so ein paar Türen sind. Oder so ein paar Steinplatten. Ich muss jetzt nur erstmal gucken, wo die waren. Hier gab es irgendwo so... Da oben war definitiv eine, das weiß ich noch. Und eine war da links irgendwo.
There are some bushes on the rocks in here. Could that be anything?
Stimmt, hier geht es noch rein, aber das war einfach nur wegen...
Time to go.
Dann kann man halt gut Käfer farmen. Keine Ahnung, wofür wir die Käfer brauchen, aber... Können wir ordentlich welche mitnehmen. So. Wo war denn das jetzt? Da oben zum Beispiel.
One with nature.
Und hier zum Beispiel. Nichts machen, sofort gehen. Einmal klopfen, zweimal klopfen.
Strange.
Ah,
There's
1,
nothing
4,
in here.
7.
Let's keep looking around.
Okay, das ist einfach nichts.
Time to go.
So, ich weiß nicht, ob es da noch mehr von gibt, aber ich weiß, dass hier oben noch eine ist. Aber ich könnte mir gut vorstellen, dass da vielleicht noch mehr von existieren. Da oben.
nobody here. Just this box. Let's see what's inside.
Warte mal, hier ist nichts, ne? Gibt's noch höher? Nee, da drüben ist noch eine. Aber das ist erstmal eine mysteriöse Box.
Did it open? Did it open? Did our Inazuma Adeptus leave any treasure here?
Inazuma Adept.
What's this?
Huh. Looks like a book.
It seems to be another notebook. Could it be Tsubaki's notebook?
Hatten wir nicht schon mal so eine Kiste mit so
Let's
einem
step
Buch
back
drin?
outside now. The atmosphere here is different than I'd imagined. Somehow, it makes me a little reluctant to open the notebook.
Paimon knows what you mean. Reading in low light is really bad for your eyes.
Komm, wir gehen nach draußen.
Let's get back outside.
So, nehmen wir mit. Sonst ist hier nichts, ne? Ja, aber dann gehen wir jetzt erstmal noch darüber.
Into the wind.
Und ich vermute mal, da hinten ist bestimmt noch mal irgendwo eine. Ich hoffe ja, dass da wenigstens mal irgendwo eine Schatzkiste hinter ist. Ah, super. Hat sich jetzt geöffnet, ne? Okay, das hat sich jetzt dann erledigt. Das sind, glaube ich, nur bei den blauen Büschen, ne? Schade. Waren nur die 3, ne? Und irgendwie... Ja.
Time to go.
Ich habe gehofft, dass da wenigstens ein Schatz hinter ist, hinter dem einen, aber leider nicht. Ich bin gespannt, wer das ist, Tsubaki. Noch so komische Baumstämme, aber es sind einfach nur... Ich weiß noch nicht, wo wir jetzt hier am besten raus müssen. Das ist egal.
Time to go.
Ach so. Lol, hier unten. Ich dachte, wir sollten rausgehen aus der Höhle. Es ist doch nicht rausgehen.
Here will do just fine.
Alright, let's see what the notebook says. Ooh, Paimon bets it's all about mysterious
Geheime Schätze.
So exciting! What is it? Why are you whispering all of a sudden? You're making Paimon nervous.
Komm, wir gehen darüber. Lassen Sie alleine lesen.
Oh, you want to let Ayaka read the notebook without distraction. Seems whatever's written in there must be pretty major after all. But, based on her expression, probably not a treasure map. What could it be?
Traveler, Paimon, sorry to keep you waiting so
Hat's
long.
gelesen und...
No worries, it wasn't long at all. You're a very fast reader.
Hast du das zu Ende gelesen?
Yes, I have. I think I have to share the truth of this notebook with you both. Even though the contents are completely different than what I was expecting.
Different how? You mean it wasn't a Fox Envoy who wrote this?
Not a Fox Envoy, no.
What?
It turns out that Tsubaki's real identity is my mother herself.
Huh?
Surprised? Me too. But that's what it says at the very beginning of the notebook. Tsubaki and I are the same person, and yet we are different. When I become Tsubaki, I stop being Kamisato Kayo and become the most ordinary woman in the world. What follows in these pages is the ordinary, everyday life of a regular person.
Ist sie selber? Also die Mutter selber?
Nothing less. This notebook is, for the most part, A collection of my mother's musings, both private and trivial. All of the things we thought were about Tsubaki were in fact about my mother herself.
So that means that the kimono design and the international dishes
are things that my mother wished to try, yes. I'm sure this all sounds utterly bizarre to you, but to me at least,
Ich habe
my
mir
mother's
Pizza
behavior
gemacht.
is completely
Umsonst.
understandable. Or to put it another way, I actually have another side to myself as well. I was at a loss for words when I started reading the contents of the notebook. It almost felt like someone had looked inside my mind, examined my thoughts,
Ja, sie muss ja
and
auch
then written them
immer
all down on paper.
ihre Arbeit machen und
From the moment my mother married my father,
würde gerne auch so
she
viel
became the
ausprobieren,
mother
so
of
viel
the
erleben.
Kamisato household.
Hm.
And with that came all sorts of duties.
Aber jetzt so viel Verantwortung,
At
genau.
the same time, the prestige of the Yashiro Commission brought its own share of responsibility. On top of that, every action she ever took was seen as representing the Kamisato clan. People were always watching her. Under such circumstances, she never had much time to do the things she really wanted to do. After my father passed away, Ayato and I took over responsibility for the affairs of the clan. We ran into all sorts of difficulties during that time.
Haben wir Kamisato Ayato schon
I'm not sure if
kennengelernt?
people outside the
Kann
clan
mich
could
irgendwie
ever
nicht so dran
imagine what
erinnern.
it was like. Every time I found myself up against a difficult issue, I'd ask myself, did my mother go through this too? What would
Also
she
ich
have
wüsste
done
jetzt
in this
nicht, dass wir den schon
situation?
mal irgendwo gesehen haben, oder?
Maybe it's because it had been so long since I last saw her, but somehow, all that was left of her in my mind was the sight of her but my image of her was incorrect. When I read this notebook, I realized she was just like me. Underneath whatever position she may have held, she was just an ordinary person. She liked pretty kimonos. She wanted to try food from different places. She yearned to see sights
Ja, wir können sie ja
she'd never
mitnehmen.
seen
Wir nehmen sie
before. Maybe this
einfach
all
mit auf
sounds
das Schiff von
immature to you,
Beidou
but
und dann fahren wir zurück und
I
dann
feel just the same way.
erleben wir Piratenabenteuer
I
unterwegs.
want to live life not as Kamisato Ayaka, but as an ordinary woman. Mother wrote that she'd always wanted to go to a local Inazuman festival. She said that sometimes, on a clear night, if you looked out from our house, you could see lights off in the distance. I've seen those lights too. It looks so lively with so many people. And it's so brightly lit, it makes the whole sky glow. Of course, sometimes it does make me a bit anxious from a public order perspective. But for someone of my position to just show up at a festival with no warning, it could be considered improper etiquette. Especially in my parents' generation, when the Yashiro Commission didn't have a particularly close relationship with the populace. Even if no one stopped us, the idea of the Yashiro Commission going out into the crowd, it'd certainly draw some strange looks. People would probably start thinking there was trouble afoot. Mother said that she didn't want to put people on edge. She wanted everyone to enjoy the fun and freedom of the festival. She didn't want to disturb them, and didn't have much free time anyway, so she never went. Not even once.
Aw, so the kimono design, that must have been the outfit she planned on wearing if she ever did go to a festival, right?
That's right. And sometimes, festivals sell international food. She wanted to try that too. I hope this isn't a disrespectful thing to say, but I never knew my mother was so in touch with her inner child.
Well, that's not disrespectful at all. Paimon thinks your mom was the best of both. A big softy on the inside, and a big sense of responsibility on the outside.
Without knowing it, I've ended up fulfilling several of my mother's wishes already. But going to a festival is the one thing that I cannot do for her. Perhaps this is one thing that can simply never be.
Ja, du hast doch auch schon so viel
I
erreicht.
understand. Thank you. I think I realize something now. Mother and I are so similar in so many ways. The things she faced are things that I too will go on to face. She chose to place her unfulfilled wishes onto the identity of Tsubaki. As for me, I've already decided.
Oh, so you decided on an alter ego too?
No, I don't plan to do anything like that. I think I will set myself a new goal. To live each day without regrets. So, Traveler, Deep breaths, Ayaka. Deep breaths. Would you be at all interested in checking out an Inazuman festival?
Paimon's been dying to go ever since we saw that poster. Paimon would love to go with you, Ayaka.
Die hat eigentlich ihn gefragt und Paimon gleich wieder.
Hey, come on, don't make fun. It's just because I used to have the same concerns my mother did. But now, I don't think I need to worry about it so much. I'm going to be true to myself and fulfill the wish that my mother and I shared. I know that you of all people can understand me going my own way on this. So, let's do this, you and me. Let's go to a festival together.
Ja, wir kommen liebend gerne.
Wants to come? Festivals here have loads of tasty snacks too, right? Oh, and fun and games!
Great. Thanks, you guys. If we head over now, we should still make it in time.
Oh, good point. Today is the last day, right? What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Amakane? Warum müssen wir jetzt nach Amakane hin? Was ist denn da vorne bei Amakane?
Time to go.
Ach so, das ist da ist das Festival, stimmt. Das ist, ach, das meinen die. Ich dachte, wir kommen in eine große Stadt mit richtig Fest. Ah.
Let's get down to business. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Is that all you've got?
Such a time for retribution. Finally, time to go.
We're here! But it doesn't seem as lively as Paimon imagined. What's going
Das ist halt auf so einer komischen kleinen
Since it's the final
Nebeninsel.
day, many of the visitors must have already returned home.
Viele Touristen, ja, vor allem, es können ja gar keine Ausländer rein ins
Because there are
Land.
fewer people around.
So wirklich.
I'll go and ask. Whatever happens, I at least need to go inside just this once.
That's the way to go. We'll be right there with you.
Take this.
Ich kann erstmal Blitzschleider.
It hasn't closed yet. It's just that there aren't many people left. Let's hurry and see as much as we can.
So viel wie möglich.
Hey, look at that stall! They have so many masks! Paimon's heard that everyone's supposed to wear a mask at these kinds of festivals. Is that rule still around nowadays, or...?
That used to be the custom, yes. And today, it's still a popular way to dress up during festivals. But it's not a hard and fast rule.
Hey! Is that who I think it is? Miss Kamisato, right?
Oh, greetings.
People seem to recognize Ayaka wherever we go. Guess that's just what it's like when you're a famous Inazuman.
But of course! The Kamisato clan leads the Yashiro Commission. It's one of the most well-known clans in Inazuma. Not least because back when Master and Miss Kamisato had just taken over the family's affairs, they used to make public appearances all the time. Some of the younger generations have never even seen Miss Kamisato in person before. Being the age I am, I'm lucky enough to have seen her on many occasions over the years.
You're too kind. My brother and I simply go where we must to fulfill our duties.
But this is the first time I've seen anyone from your family at a festival. There must be some official business, I take it.
Oh, there isn't actually. Today, I'm taking my traveler friend here around to see the sights.
Oh, a traveler? Huh. Now that you mention it, you
Nee,
do
wir sind
look
nicht
like
von
you've
hier.
come a long way to get here. First time in Inazuma? Hope you enjoy yourself, young one.
Ja, ist ganz cool
Excuse me
hier.
1 second. Hey everyone, listen up! Don't close up yet! Miss Kamisato has come to join the festival!
Zwei andere Zuschauer freuen sich voll.
Please, there's no need to make a fuss. We're just here to...
Danke.
Yeah, thanks a lot, mister. If you hadn't let them know, they'd start closing down about now, right? At least it sure looks like that time of day.
Yep, you got it. But on account of this being the first time Miss Kamisato has ever come to the festival, it seems only fair to keep things open a little longer. Oh, here's a couple of masks for you. On the house.
No. You've been far too accommodating to us already. We couldn't possibly...
Don't give me all that. Here you go. Here you go. It's not often that we regular folks get some attention from the Yashiro Commission, so I've got to mark the occasion somehow. Besides, it'll make me look bad if you refuse.
But... Okay, I think I understand.
Ah, vielen Dank für die Großzügigkeit. Können wir die auch
My
aufsetzen?
pleasure. You have yourself a good time.
Sir, do you have anything for Paimon?
Oh, hello there, kiddo. I'm sorry, but we don't have any masks in your size.
Als ob die nicht auch passen.
Surely you're not gonna let Paimon be the only one at the festival without a mask?
Paimon, don't worry. Wearing a mask is optional.
But... Paimon doesn't want to feel left out.
How about a tree leaf? That should be enough to cover up that little face of yours.
What? No way!
Oh, okay then.
Mit
In
einem
that
Blatt.
case, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do right now. But don't you worry, kiddo. I'll have a mini mask made specially for you when I get back.
I cannot thank you enough.
Aw, it's nothing. But I won't hold you up any longer. You should go and enjoy the festival while everything's still lit up.
All right. Traveler, shall we? Oh, wait. Just one thing. I need to explain myself. I got a little nervous back there and I just made up any old excuse. But don't think of this as me taking you sightseeing, please. I brought you here because I genuinely wanted to spend time with you.
Mach dir keine Sorgen.
Okay,
Wir wissen schon.
great.
Ja, die tragen sogar manche eine Maske. Also, nicht direkt. Orakelstäbchen verkauft.
Traveler, look! This stall's doing fortune flips.
Glückszettel.
Miss Kamisato, hello there. You're out with friends today? Oh, what a rare privilege. Welcome, welcome. Would you like to give it a go?
Okay. How much is it per draw?
I wouldn't expect you to know this, but the Yashiro Commission was very good to my uncle on my father's side at one point in time. Thinking about it, it was when your father was around. I think he dealt with it personally. So you see, how could I possibly take your money?
What? Are you sure?
Of course. If you like what you see, then please, be my guest. Same goes for your two friends here.
Traveler? Paimon? What do you think?
Seems like everyone wants to do something nice for Ayaka. So, if they insist, who are we to resist?
Mit dir im Schlepptau bin ich heute was ganz
If
Besonderes.
that's how you feel, then okay. We'll take you up on your kind offer, sir. Let's each do a draw.
Alrighty then. Whenever you're ready. Draw a slip and reveal your fortune.
Oh.
Open it up and see how you fare.
Whoa! Which one did you get? Paimon got Rising Fortune.
No way! We got the same one. Traveler, what did you get?
Großes Glück Menschen.
Wow, you're so lucky.
Ah, congratulations are in order. Here's what great fortune among people means. As the golden koi fish shines amidst the turquoise waves, your name shall be illustrious, and the wealthy and powerful will surge to your aid. In other words, your good luck isn't about to run out anytime soon.
Unser Glück wird uns ausbreiten.
Good things lie ahead.
Kriegen wir auch mehr Geld.
Congratulations.
You all have very fine fortunes lined up. With this kind of luck, you'll certainly be able to achieve anything that you wish.
Well said. Here's hoping that our good luck will never run out.
Da, jetzt gibt's bestimmt gleich noch was Leckeres zu essen.
This food stall sells all kinds of Inazuman specialties. Anything you want to eat, it's my treat.
Wow, it all looks so good. Is it okay if Paimon has one of everything?
Of course it is.
But we don't want anything to go to waste. Let's try them one at a time. Ooh, Ayaka, Paimon wants those dango.
Sure.
Ich hätte gerne eine von diesen Eierkuchen.
Those look good too. Ooh, but so do the egg rolls. Paimon will try an egg roll too, please.
All right then. I too shall have a Sakura mochi.
All right,
Oh,
coming
Mochi.
right up.
Mochi.
This Sakura mochi is just delicious.
Not bad, huh? It's one of our best sellers.
Oh, please, sir. Paimon would like some more.
I don't know if it's rude of me to ask, but
Also,
how is this kind of
Kirschmochi.
snack actually made?
You want to try your hand at making it yourself? No problem. Just give me a second and I'll write out the recipe for you.
Ooh, a new recipe?
Are you sure about this? If you share the recipe, isn't that tantamount to giving away your trade secrets or something?
Well, it was you who gave Kiminami Restaurant that recipe for an overseas dish, wasn't it? She and I are good friends. We trade culinary tips all the time. Here you go. Just treat it as me returning a favor on behalf of my friend.
Thank you so much. I will study it very carefully and try my
Ah.
best to do it justice.
You there. You want the recipe too? Go
Meine
on,
Schwester
I
hat
can
mal
see that
selber
you enjoyed
Mochis
it.
gemacht.
There's no greater feeling than creating delicious food with your own two hands. You should definitely give it a try.
I will. Once I've learned how to make it, will you two be my taste testers?
Oh,
Taste
definitely.
testers?
Can't wait.
All right. I'll do my best.
Well, we may have arrived near the end of the festival, but it's still been super fun. Paimon approves.
Yes, I agree. To spend the festival together with you today has been a truly wonderful experience.
Gebetstafelverkäufer.
This stall sells prayer plaques. It's an Inazuman tradition. You draw your wish onto a pentagonal piece of wood called a prayer plaque, and pray that it will come true.
Sounds similar to the way people in Liyue release lanterns during Lantern Rite. Those are used for making wishes too.
Welcome. Looking for prayer plaques? Every wish is sacred, and you've still got time to make yours before the festival ends.
Looks fun. Shall we give it a try? There's writing and drawing involved? Ugh, count Paimon out then. Paimon's head's feeling kind of fuzzy after eating so much just now. Not the best time for an intense burst of mental activity.
2 prayer plaques, please, sir.
2 prayer plaques for the young lady. There you go.
Traveler,
Ah, wir haben sogar eine Maske
decided on your
auf.
wish?
Ja.
Yes.
You can either draw a picture to represent your wish or write it out in words. Either way, once you've committed your wish onto your plaque, please hang it onto the prayer rack.
Wait, so they'll be on public display? Alright, well, let's see what you got.
That will do for mine. May I see yours?
Klar.
This is you
Ach
and
so.
your sister, isn't it? It's lovely.
Ja.
You'll be back together one day. Paimon believes it, and you should too.
I believe it too. Your wish will surely come true. And
Woher weiß sie das überhaupt
I
mit
will
unserer
keep you in my
Schwester?
prayers.
Ayaka, what did you draw? Is that Tenchukaku?
That's right. I wish for peace and happiness for everyone in Inazuma, and good health for my family and friends. I do hope that wish can come true.
Ganz bestimmt.
Thank you.
Wir helfen mit.
That gives me hope. I think that might be all we have time for today.
Aw, it's time to leave already?
I'm afraid so. The festival is coming to a close. Time flies when you're having fun. It seems to flow away from you like a rushing river, as precious and short-lived as a cherry blossom dancing in the wind. It's time to leave. Traveler, today was the first time in my life that I've ever been to a festival. You've known me for some time now. I think you understand my personality, don't you? Knowing me, I just know that today could not have been such a happy day without you. So thank you. Today really meant a lot to me. And the memories will always have a special place in my
War das
heart.
jetzt ein Date?
Festivals are great.
Hat der Traveler
There
ein
aren't
Date mit
many
ihr gehabt?
rules. Everyone has that smile
Oder
that comes from
Paimon.
deep inside. And it's just so carefree and happy. If I ever get the chance, I want to go again.
Ja,
You too?
Feste sind manchmal
Great.
schön.
You know, we're kind of similar.
Auch wenn ich nicht so
Me
gerne
with my
Menschen
brother,
mag.
You with your sister. Sometimes I feel like I can relate to the determination
Sie
you
sagt
must
jetzt, sie hat
have
einen Bruder.
to get your sister back.
Aber vorhin hat sie gesagt, dass sie die älteste der Töchter ist. So, hä?
I
Weil die älteste
understand.
Tochter.
Family bonds are inseparable. No one can break them.
Aber sie ist doch die einzige
They're the most
Tochter.
important roots we have in this world.
Ja.
You will find her. Come what may, you must never give up. I will always be
Hier
here
fehlt
for
der
you
Stiel
as
von der
your,
Blume.
as your friend. I will always support you.
Ja, wir hatten auch viel Spaß.
As long as you're happy, I'm happy.
War schön. Schönes kleines Festival. Feuerwerk wäre noch schön gewesen. Oh. Das sieht ja grafikmäßig mal. Boah. Richtig schön.
Oh, Traveler. There's something that I'd like to do. If you could spare me yet another moment.
Mit der Beleuchtung und so.
Please, keep your eyes on me.
Will sie tanzen? Okay. Ist vorgetanzt. Die Trailer sind schön gemacht, finde ich, so von der Grafik her auch. Nochmal schöner als das Spiel selber so. Jetzt gehen wir zurück.
What do you think of my dance? Did you like it?
It was so pretty. Beautiful, elegant, and something else Paimon can't put into words.
Ja, war entzückend.
Paimon doesn't really know what it was.
I'm not very good at this kind of dance. So, as long as I didn't embarrass myself, that's all that matters. I just had a sudden urge, and I ran with it. In a way, that sort of sums up today for me. Dancing like nobody's watching.
Ja. Okay. Kann man hier in dem Spiel, können die Charaktere anfangen, einen zu mögen und so? Ich weiß gar nicht, ob das geht. Ja, mit denen öfter mal redet und so. Ich glaube nicht, ne?
That goes for you too. When I'm with you,
Kommt bestimmt noch irgendwann.
time seems to slow down and speed up at the same time.
Hier ist so
Anyway,
Grafikfehler.
It looks like this is goodbye for today. I can see myself the rest of the way back.
Gute Nacht,
Good
Ayaka.
night, traveler.
Gute Nacht, Reisender. Gute Nacht, Stream. Weil ich werde jetzt gleich hier nach ausmachen dann. Das ist, glaube ich, schon... Jetzt summt der selber. So, mit dir. Anleitung zur Eleganz. Material. Beziehungsweise, ich gehe nochmal schnell gucken, ob wir jetzt genug Dings haben, aber ich glaube nicht, oder? Das war halt so viel Story, so viel Gerede. War aber ganz schön. Ja, und 6 Stück fehlen uns noch. Schade. Was? Wir haben gerade noch eine Quest abgeschlossen. Was für eine Quest?
Time to go.
Gut, das Einzige, was ich jetzt nochmal schnell mache, ist... Rest haben wir abgeholt, ne? Ich, crafte mir das Harz um. So. Zumindest einmal noch. Gut, ja, ich würde sagen, an dieser Stelle reicht es dann für heute auch. Haben irgendwie überhaupt nicht mal einen Fuß auf den zweiten Teil gesetzt hier. Was eigentlich der Plan war. Aber ja, irgendwie... Ja. Aber jetzt kommen wir in den zweiten Akt von der Hauptstory. Das ist das, was wir dann beim nächsten Mal machen werden. Da kommen wir dann auch auf den zweiten Part wahrscheinlich. Ich dachte, das wäre jetzt schon die zweite Aufgabe, aber das ist es gar nicht. Und dann haben wir noch hier eine Mission von der Yashiro-Verwaltung. Und die Event-Quest. Das müssen wir auch unbedingt machen. Weil das Ganze geht nämlich auch nicht ewig. Und wir haben jetzt immerhin schon mal, ja, ab einem Tag, also wahrscheinlich übermorgen, ist es ja immer so ein bisschen doof angezeigt. Aber wir können jetzt die anderen hier auch teilweise dann machen. Hier haben wir nochmal komplett neue Aufgaben und ja, dann können wir hier die Sachen sammeln und die dann auch später eintauschen. Ich weiß gar nicht, wo war der Shop. Ja, genau, da können wir Baidu noch bekommen, was wir auf jeden Fall, denke ich, machen werden. Und wenn wir dann alles schaffen sollten, aber das sollte ja nicht das Problem sein. Diese Aufgaben sind ja recht machbar und die Belohnung, okay, das ist alles jetzt hier für Ayaka oder auch für die andere, die dann beim nächsten Mal da kommt. Beziehungsweise sogar 3 verschiedene. Aber ein bisschen Mora. Ja, und die Krone okay. Aber auch hier die Teile kann man immer mal wieder gebrauchen. Und Weisheit, Verstärkungserz, okay. Belohnungen sind nicht ganz so nicht so ganz so wie sonst. Sind ein bisschen spezieller diesmal, aber holen wir uns auch noch dann. Aber jetzt nicht mehr heute. Deswegen danke fürs Zuschauen und ja, ich wünsche euch eine gute Nacht. Ciao, ciao.